All right, we're live with just me and the big David, but my understanding is we got other people showing up soon enough. So yeah, it's the last Alaboom of 2016. How you
Woohoo!
doing, David?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
You seem very brightly lit, like you're like got a halo on you or a spotlight or
I have
something.
extra light because this room is very dark, and I haven't reset up my game room since the Christmas game drive. So
I don't think I've ever seen this room before in the background.
I think I was here last time.
Really? Oh, okay.
But yeah, like
You
I said,
got
I didn't have this light on last time, so it was pretty dark.
you got a lot of old school Avalon Hill stuff up there.
Yeah, yeah. I've been going back and recollecting that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then just a pile of books and whatever. And
Well,
what are all
that's
the
a house.
what's all that stuff on the back and to your right? You'll be above your right shoulder. It's like got the little circles with the numbers on the bottom. Are those books or those games? What are those?
Circles and numbers. Oh, up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all L&L publishing stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all war games.
You know that L&L, not to already sub-reference, but have you ever talked to the guy who ran L&L Publishing and how he kind of ran out, like doesn't have control over it anymore, and that whole mess?
Mark? You talking about Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never talked to Mark personally. I guess it would be 2 years ago now. I went out to L&L and did a 3-day convention. They had their kind of like a publishers thing they were doing, and I wrote an article, and I put in there something about how when the new guy took it over, that there's like 3 games that still hadn't been produced over a couple of years, and people had pre-ordered it and all that stuff, and I was like one line saying basically the guy didn't do his job, and he got all pissed off and threw out a big fit on social media and whatever, and so he and I don't think he likes me, but
Who, Mark?
Yeah, but it was the truth. I mean, I didn't say anything. I sat there and interviewed 30 different people that weekend, and they all said the same thing. So, and I just put but
yeah.
They all say he's a nice guy. To me, he's just a bit of a drama queen. But other than that, everything was fine. Other than there was games that hadn't been finished and that had been in production for like 2 or 3 years that people were still waiting on. That's all.
Weird.
But whatever he seems to be doing now with Flying Pig Games seems to be going very, very well for him. So,
well, they just had the reprint of Dig. What was it? The aliens, the Escape from the Aliens from Outer Space, or whatever. Yeah. They had the deluxe version of that.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but Maurice, one of my writers on the site, he loves war games and Flying Pig games and all that stuff. So he kind of keeps me up to date with what's going on over there. I don't really follow them too much, but I know they've had a lot of success. And
I'm sorry. Huh? Debbie Reynolds died.
Yeah, she died. Mm-hmm.
Holy! I just saw that. What?
Yeah, they took her to the hospital at 1 p.m. today with a stroke.
Ugh.
I'm sure the stress of all that was just too much for her.
That's oh man, whatever. Just
yeah.
we're
not getting out of 2016 easy, that's for sure.
Well, okay, so like this thing, everybody's like, oh, 2016, to heck with you, blah blah, that, and that's fine or whatever. We can say that, and yeah, we've lost a lot of people in 2016, but the weird things is that like somebody posted, and actually they're like, well, like wasn't actually they're actually. It's just that it's the first time that like our generation, like this like 30, 40, 50-year-old, that mid-range where we're like fully in like social media, we're fully into being able to broadcast our feelings immediately, fully able to like just digest the whole situation very quickly. This is where those people that we kind of saw when we were children that had those formative memories for us,
Right.
like are starting to reach those ages where they pass away, and so it's becoming, it feels like it, but it really isn't. I mean, that doesn't mean it isn't like real. It doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. It isn't an inordinate amount is basically what the article was talking about.
Right.
And then they actually showed charts where it was like, not actually more or less than anything else. But yeah, still that stinks. I mean, just whatever. But like my father and I, we used to watch the old classic comedy, and if you haven't seen it, that's fine. But it's a mad, 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 mad world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
It's a great movie.
well, it's like 3 hours long. I mean, it has an intermission. It's so long, and
Right.
it's got so many stars in it, and I don't think many, if any of them, are still alive. I mean, they're because they were all in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, or even
Mm-hmm.
older when they were on the movie. And I was just sitting there watching this, and so like I was like, you know what? I used to watch this with my dad. Like every Christmas, we would watch this, and I was just like, because he had it on like a video cassette or whatever. I think he even had it on a laser disc at some point, if I remember correctly. But who knows? But anyway, so I got a Blu-ray of it, and I made my daughter sit down and watch it. And it's just yeah. And I was just laughing my butt off, and I was just but of course I was sitting there, I was looking at it, and of course I was like, are any of these people alive? I was just I like immediately after, or like actually probably during the movie, I was like Wikipediaing it and saying, and I was like, this is kind of grim and macabre that I'm actually like
Mm-hmm.
going through to see if them or any of them are around. But yeah, I mean, it's so, I mean, and one of the things that my father said, and actually my mom's dad said too, he said, like, the older, what did he say? He's like, the older I get, the more my calendar fills up with funerals. I was just like,
Mm.
oh, that's like, that's depressing,
That's brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh yeah, that's, and then, like, that's my father says, he's like, it just seems like I'm going to a funeral every month now, just,
Yeah.
of course, then, yeah, he has to, what is it? It was like, and this, I mean, my father is very, he's a big believer in fate. He's a big believer in there's something bigger than all of us. He's a big believer, whether or not God is the thing or whatever. But my father is very fatalistic, and he, I mean, I think he kind of, he doesn't really like look at death the way that like maybe I do. And like I went to his wife's father passed away, and he was like 84, and he was in bad health, and so it was just one of those things where it was like, it was sad, but it was also like one of those things that was going to happen kind of thing. And these people got up and gave their eulogies for him, and they were very good. They were very, people were very, very talked very well of him. And my father just said, he's like, so are you gonna give my eulogy? He just like just in conversation says that to me, and I was, Dad, yeah,
Right.
I'm like, you don't talk about that. But my father just like, yeah, he was like, he honestly wanted to know what I would say, like,
Right.
and I, it wasn't anything like, it wasn't that he was, doing it to be. He was just being totally serious and totally like, yeah, he's like, well, I hope you do say something. He's just like, it was like, okay, well, that's awkward. I'm gonna go get another one of these little ham sandwiches.
That's funny.
Just like, yeah, So, but all right, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, and if you're watching this, and I can see the people in the chatterbox there are talking a lot about it's a mad, 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 mad world. If you haven't seen it, you should get it, watch it, and you can get the Blu-ray for like $8-9 off Amazon. So, I mean, there's really no reason not to if you got Prime. Just and it's a perfect background noise movie too, because you can just throw it in, and you can just forget about it and just kind of have it on. Ethel Merman plays the role of like cranky old lady like so perfectly throughout the like entire movie. It was just it's just like you just don't. There's nothing about her that's like anything good. And then that crazy guy that's like dancing in the weird jazz dancing. He's dancing
Oh
with
yeah.
like this like the whole time. You can and just what a weird movie. Just and it worked too. You would think that like they're talking about like the remake where they made Rat Race, which was actually I thought it had some funny moments with what was it, John Cleese? Isn't he the one that like sends them all on the
On the
contest or
chase.
whatever? Yeah, the chase or
Yeah.
whatever. And which
Yeah.
I don't think it's truly a remake. It's just a same kind of theme. And I do love the one moment where he's just like he goes, and that's the race, so go. And everybody's
Right.
just still sitting there, and he's like, "Well, Mr. Edwards would be winning right now because he's closest to the door." But good stuff. But um, and if you watch the Rat Race, you can actually like because I think God, I think it's who is the character? I can't remember who it is, but there's a deleted scene of Diamond Dallas Page, the wrestler, uh,
That's
like
right.
beating already. They like like
I'm having issues with your sound. You're cutting in and out.
yeah, whatever. So
Did
did
you hear me?
get the did you get any games for Christmas or not
I
really?
only got one game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got Tricerion.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've been wanting that one for a while, and it was on my Amazon list, so that was
Yeah.
that was one they picked out. I just think that game looks stunning. I've heard a little good and bad about it.
Yeah,
Like like you
it's a
don't get
combination.
enough out of it, and yeah, but just the production level of that is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gotten into this weird uh I don't know, it's kind of like this weird spot right now where I'm kind of getting like it's just there's too many games now, and there just really is. It's just way too many now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because Tricarion, a very good game. I mean, but it didn't dazzle me or whatever when I got it. So it was just kind of like, well, whatever. Like played it once or twice, and then now it's just on my shelf. I mean, theoretically, I'll give it away or sell it or something. I have no idea.
Right.
But yeah, I just yeah, I don't know. It's just there's too many, and then it isn't that like like the Tricarion or whatever. It isn't like it's like many other games. It's kind of its own entity, but it's one of those things where it's just like it doesn't like bring something to the table for me that like I can't possibly recreate, I guess, in another fashion. It's just like the same amount of fun that I can get out of that is just from another medium weight Euro. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's games right now. It just seems like there's a lot of glut of the same stuff over and over and over. But
well, that's the truth. But I mean, I think people are just copying mechanics more than anything else, and then trying to paste a theme on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what we can do about that. To be honest with you,
I don't think you can do much of anything. Honestly, I mean, it's I mean, every once in a while there'll be like a new whatever. That'll be something brand new or whatever, or at least like a cool reimagining, or like I think what it comes down to, honestly, I think it's like themes that like make people like clue into something. So like if you're like a really taken by the whole stage magician thing, then you're something like Tricarion is going to appeal to you. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, look at like Great Western Trail is a fine game. It's I've played it twice now. No, yeah, twice. I played twice, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, so the game is fine, and it plays well and it looks pretty and everything like that. But I'm like strangely more inclined to like it better because it's got an Old West theme, which is just something that I like, So, and which is weird because in the past I've always said that, well, theme doesn't really matter, but now I've kind of gotten to that point where like the theme actually matters quite a bit to me now.
Yes.
So it's, I mean, because like Isle of Skye was like one of my favorite games. They came out, like what was that? That was 2015 release, so if I remember correctly.
Right.
And when it won Kenner, I was like, yeah, that it totally deserved it. I was just like, because that, I mean, it was because they messed with the auction mechanic, with the whole thing of like, trying to pick which one you want and making it super expensive. And there was kind of like a weird bluffing thing. And I really liked that. And it was a lot of fun. And, it was something, but I didn't really care for the theme. And I was like, well, so it hasn't hit the table as often as like, say, like if it had had a different theme, I probably would have played it a lot more. But hey, Scott.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
We're talking about 2016 and all the games. So, hey, did you get any? Games?
All 2000?
Yeah, just like, well, just like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're just, I was kind of talking about how, like, there just seems to be, like, just so many games now. And we've talked about this before, but, I mean, we're kind of rehashing old ground. But, I mean, there just is just so much stuff out there right now. It's just, it's really ridiculous.
I probably got 40, 50 games in the past 2 weeks now.
Oh my god.
Just from Kickstarter stuff. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess just everybody wanted to get their Kickstarter kind of shuffled out the door by the end of the year.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of like...
Oh, that's right. I did. I got my Pirates Kickstarter. I didn't get that.
Yep.
Your which?
Yeah, I got that.
Was it Pirateer?
Huh?
Did you say Pirateer?
No. I just think the only thing that arrived for me was Santorini arrived last week, and then Pirates arrived this week.
Yeah, I went through my list. I was checking things off because I hadn't checked things off in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I got that.
Huh.
Are you are they sending you Kickstarter stuff, Lance, usually? Like if you do a preview or something, do they send you the like retail copy?
It's about 50-50. I mean, I usually end up backing it, so
yeah.
So and then they it's weird, like sometimes like they'll send me one and then they'll say, oh, well, are you going to review the release? And I was like, well, why would I change the game? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand that very well. I mean, it's just kind of like, so I've kind of taken to just backing games and just getting them that way, so I don't have to deal with them like expecting another video, because then I can just talk to I can talk about it here, and just and mention stuff on this.
I wonder how many of these have a life after Kickstarter.
Most of them don't.
Most of them, it's weird. It's like, yeah, the print run kind of
1,000, 3,000.
Yeah, or if that,
I can go through my list here.
and that's fine. I mean, but you see that's okay though, because I mean, look at the Tiny Epic line. I mean, everybody who gets that,
everybody who wants it's already got it.
Yeah, very few people are buying that after the fact. I'm sure there's enough. There's a small amount, but
yeah,
the vast majority of them are getting it, after the fact. I mean, they're getting it there because they get the Kickstarter bonus stuff and like, whatever, just like, and that's all they want, I mean, it's just, so, I think, and I know this isn't like, I mean, I don't know, like I just got, and I can't show it to you or anything like that, but I just, because we have a embargo on it until February, but I just got pre-release copies of our Coliseum. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
I saw it went up on pre-order on the online shop.
Oh yeah,
shops. So I thought I might actually have it. I have a couple boxes. There's like 5 boxes that I have not opened yet today.
And
Just pulling it
the
off
only
like pulling
the
it out of
only
cold.
difference between that and the retail release is the sleeve. There's a sleeve that goes around the box that the Kickstarter backers are getting. That's the one
Awesome,
bonus
right in the
they're getting.
trash.
Well,
I told Michael that.
yeah. So but I mean, we let, I mean, because the game's like it's like a $70 or $80 game with all the metal coins and everything else that's in it. So, you know, and I think the backer price was $50 or $60. So you already got and that was, you know, I mean, and you know, plus shipping. So you already got a decent discount, you know, on the game.
Did I give that? So you're not selling the deluxe in retail, are you?
Well, there's no such thing as deluxe. Like I said, the only thing is the sleeve on that one. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're actually like right now we might not.
I can pre-order it for $52.99 right now.
Yeah, and then shipping them.
I don't know what.
So
free shipping.
From where?
Cool stuff.
Well, if you get $100, yeah.
Sure. If I order one game, but when do you ever do that?
Amazon, if you have Prime.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
How's the game look?
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. I mean, there are people that like. And I've heard both sides. I've heard
Yeah.
I've heard both sides. I've heard some people say that, oh, the old art was perfect, and it's just like, well, yeah, but we couldn't use the old art because, you know.
So I paid $60.
Oh,
for the so I paid $7 for the sleeve.
Yeah, the honor.
Wow,
the honor of
having it made of gold.
You could
did it have gold foil lettering? Yeah, I could just take that sleeve off.
Well, and
sell
you could
it
just
for $7.
You could.
Whatever. I don't. I'm just like
you could sell that for $10.
I'm just devil's advocating you. I have no care about these things, but
you could take the sleeve off, and like you could take seriously, you could take the front because it looks so cool. Yeah. You could like frame it and put it on their wall.
Okay.
So
it's a cartoon piece of artwork, right? Like the guy with the dragon or the tiger, whatever.
No. That's the actual cover. Hold on. Maybe I'll give you a brief glimpse.
Yeah, give it. Just like slide it just pan it by the.
Yeah. Okay.
Camera. What is Michael gonna do? Fire you? Oh, okay. Yeah, the cover's alright.
Yeah. So
that's different than the cover.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So and I guess reviews can't be posted until February, so I guess I could take a picture of it. Because Michael's done.
Why would you embargo these? Oh, you don't want it to have negative reviews before it hits the stores?
No, we don't want. We don't.
I mean, it's been reviewed 100 times, right? I mean,
it has. No, I mean, we changed the rules to the auction mechanism that the designers personally liked more. So and they've actually posted as a variant.
It was just a round robin, right? Like you just go round and round.
And then there's 2 extra event tiles. So, so that they've designed as well. So, I mean, basically the only changes are the things that they've done. And if you don't want to use, if you don't want to use those particular like event tiles, you could just throw them away, and you could use the old auction rules if you wanted to. I mean, easy enough to find. So, it's just the game's out of print, and you don't, and if you don't want to have to pay.
The auction rules were that it was just put up a tile. Like I would select the tile that I wanted to bid, right?
Yeah.
And then it would just keep going round and round. Or was it a once around where I had final? I don't know. Whatever. Auction.
Yeah.
You can tweak those rules.
Well, yeah.
Actually, what's weird? There's an auction mechanism in Armageddon that I like a lot. Go ahead.
Armageddon? What?
Armageddon. The new Queen game, Armageddon. I call it Armageddon because that's the way the Germans pronounce it.
I didn't realize there was a new Queen game called Armageddon.
Armageddon. The fight for last place or something. I can't remember. The fight for life. I can't.
Is it any good?
I liked it. It's an auction game though, but it's a post-apocalyptic theme, and the game like hits you. I mean, we don't have. Go ahead and say what you're going to say, and I can talk about that afterwards. But it's got a cool auction thing going on.
Okay, so here's and I know the answer to this already, but I am like when we play like when we play RPGs, you know, like the version of D&D that we play is completely and totally our creation. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we've I mean, it's the bare
Bastardized it to
oh yeah, the bare bones of
Yeah.
it started with first edition D&D, but we have just slowly but surely, you know, ripped it apart and created our own system. And so, but when we play other RPGs, we end up house ruling all kinds of stuff. Just like, you know, oh, we don't like this or we don't like that, or you know, let's just take this out of there, and you know, we don't want to do that, you know, and so, and you know, because we just don't think it makes sense or whatever. So we tear those things apart as
So
well.
you're not a purist in
No,
gaming. Is that what you're
but
trying to get at?
but in RPGs, no, but with board games, it's like every once in a while I'll have some idiot at my table who's like, "Oh, that's a dumb roll. We should change that to this." I was like, you know, I think the guy that designed this game and spent the better part of 2 years developing it has a better idea.
Sometimes there are some things that I wouldn't mind to tweak. I tweaked Feast for Odin already.
What?
Yeah. It's a
What's
small
wrong?
rule. It's I draw 2 occupations, choose 1. It's a small rule. That makes it a little more fun.
No, I guess you're
I
not
just-
a
I'm
purist
better-
then, are you?
yeah. No, well, me, no, I don't care.
Oh, you're. I guess you're a better.
No, I was saying you were saying you're not an RPG purist, but you are a board game purist.
Well, I guess I you know, it bugs me. I guess in a weird way. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. But
When you play a game, I think like so, and I don't. This is probably in the rules for Mars, Terraforming Mars. You know, when you draw 4 cards to decide what to buy. I don't know if you played it yet, but you draw 4 in between each round. You draw 4 cards and you pick what you want to buy. Like sometimes you can just get totally goose egg there.
Right.
Like you'll get 4 cards that you can't play or don't want to play. And then, so I think there's a variant where you draft 1 and pass. So you would see, 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 cards instead of just 4.
Makes sense.
And I like the drafting rule in Inish, where you get to, when you draft, you basically, so you start with your hand of 4, you pick 1, pass 3, you get 3 passed to you, then you draft 2. You could draft what you already drafted, or you could draft 2 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's a cool variant in drafting rules. That's fun. And I don't know if you played Inish yet, but that has
I've not played
that's
that.
in the rules for drafting there.
Inish is very good.
There's only 19 cards in the game anyway. 17 cards, something like that. 17, because you deal 4, and it's a 4-player game. Each person gets 4, and 1 goes out. I want to like Inish, but I just don't. I watched the game night episode today, Lincoln just put up, and it reminded me when I played it how negative feeling I was in the game. Like,
Yeah.
it's a take that game. Not really. I don't know. It's a war game though. When you're taking dudes off the board that someone spent time putting on, that's a war game.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and sometimes like you never know in a 4-player war game, who do you attack, right? Like who's your biggest threat or who's winning the game. So it's always like who appears to be in the lead. So you don't really know. So you're basically kind of shooting in the dark, and then there's kind of like a meta game going on. Like, okay, I'll attack everybody equally, but that might not be the best gameplay. So I'll just keep attacking one person, and then they get hard feelings because they're always under attack. I don't know. It just brings out those weird feelings of sometimes in gaming that I just don't like.
Oh, somebody's talking about Chickamauga and the group there, and I just found that game the day before yesterday.
What's Chickamauga?
It's a war game. It's an old war game. It's an old
Oh,
SGI
yeah.
game, and I found that one, and I found something else, but they were completely unpunched and brand new. And
Did you go to
they're-
like Hobbytown or something?
Yeah.
Hobbytown is like the haven for old board games.
Well,
Covered in
actually, no.
dust.
I found this at
Half price?
my girlfriend's parents' house.
Oh, okay.
We went over there for Christmas, and they said, "Oh, we got an old box of games back there. You should go take a look." So first thing I did,
Yep.
Check that out. But yeah, I like collecting those old war games. Nobody really likes to play them out that much, but I just like having them.
Defining a war game is an argument fraught with danger.
That's true.
What now?
I feel like when you attack somebody and take their pieces off of a map, that's a war game. No?
Well, I mean, yeah. It's just not thematically war.
It's not a thematic. Well, Inish, I mean, I don't know. It's your clans and vying for control of this fantastical world. Just because it's not reality doesn't mean it's not war.
Right.
Anyway.
I mean, it's a battle of some kind for sure.
Well, like Small World, people think to say Small World's not a war game, where I feel it is.
Sure.
I don't know. Yes, I'm going down that rabbit hole.
It's just a high level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A conflict game. Let's say. Not a simulation.
I feel you there. I got you. I'll back you on that.
So what do you do with those games? You got room? Looks like you're running out. Oh, you're not in your game
I am
right
completely out of room. Well, I used to work for L&L, so that's why I have all those. But there are a couple war gamers here in town, and I really kind of wanted to get back into them a little bit and maybe do some video work on it, just to give some of those people who aren't war gamers maybe a little taste of what it's like. But they're so massive to learn that I have to rely on other people to do it for me, so I can.
We're gonna run an intro to wargaming event at Spring BGG Con.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not me, but running, but through I'm drawing a blank on their names.
Grogheads?
Say again?
Is it Grogheads?
No, it's a Decision Games.
Oh.
Doc. I can't remember. I've got his card somewhere, but he goes by Doc. He's gonna run an event, like kind of an intro. They've got a couple intro type games in their line, and they're just going to teach, so people who are interested can come kind of check it out without very much pressure to learn.
Right. Well, L&L's Tank on Tank, which is about as intro as you're going to get for a war game. It's super easy, takes 10 or 15 minutes. It's actually a lot of fun. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, did we interrupt your thing there, Lance?
No, you're fine. I like listening to you guys talk. It reminds me of way back when Marco, Joel, and I had a podcast, and Joel and Marco would start talking about war games, which I would have nothing to add, and an hour would go by, and I would just be snoozing, waiting for them to talk about something else. Yeah, it was. It's
interesting that Joel likes war games. I find it. I mean, he likes everything. It seems he's like a mommy gamer for sure.
Yeah, he totally is. Reason number 1 billion why he's better at it than I am. What was the thing? I was gonna say something. Damn it, I forgot. That'll come to me. Anyway, Anthony's here.
Anthony.
Hello.
Happy New Year. Happy Christmas.
What up,
Happy
G?
Hanukkah.
You guys were talking war games. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Then you shut up. So we had to stop.
I like those card-driven games. Those are fun.
Which one?
Card-driven games. CDGs.
Yeah, CDGs I actually enjoy.
That's almost not a war game to me. I mean, I know it's a conflict game where you're doing stuff that hurts the other person.
Right.
But they feel more Euro-y. Like you're getting that decision feeling in your head, like the same as a Euro game.
Right.
Well, I'll say this. I also like the chip. What?
Your sound's all messed up again.
Breaking up a little bit there.
Is it better now?
Your internet's a little lower tonight for some reason. Everybody's watching high def streams. Netflix is flowing fast in the house.
No, what was it? Card-driven games. There's a few that I like. I really like the old Successors. If you remember that one.
I always wanted to play it. I never could get it around. It's 4-player, right?
Yeah, and Sword of Rome was another one that I really liked.
Sword of Rome, I have played. That's an intense game, though. That's like half a day, all day.
And of course, the game that I've only played once, but I still own a copy of it, just because as a Lutheran I have to own it, and that's Here I Stand.
Yeah.
And Here I Stand is really good. I mean, it's a stupidly good game. But good luck getting 6 players. You know,
that's a con game.
Oh yeah, it's like, okay, so we're gonna be playing this for the next day, so and even at a con, you really can't get people to do it, because it's just like, oh, well, I could play this, or I could play, 7 other games, so it's just like, I don't know, it's a weird thing.
There's
but
an
I like
annual.
Chipple. I like Chipple too.
There's an annual Here I Stand game at BGG Con every year, but it's always the same 6 people. They might have like 1 seat open up.
Is what somebody dies.
But it's like a Gen Con thing, right? Like someone at Gen Con says, "I'm doing Here I Stand. You have to sign up for it. It's a ticket, that kind of thing." Has to be prearranged.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Like the chit pull games, I played a couple of those.
What's a chit pull game?
Basically, you put these chits in a cup, and you pull them out, and those are the orders you get.
Oh yeah.
Or the units you get to assign.
And so there's like it's got a little randomness, but it also has like a fair amount of like what's in the cup, so you can kind of you can make
what's coming.
Yeah. Victory Lost was the one that I played. And to look it up, I cheated. I couldn't remember it. Which is, yes, and I played that at a con, actually. I played that at a con in the North like 5 years ago.
We're playing We the People. That's a good one. Twilight Struggle.
Yeah.
Well, Twilight Struggle is rough, man. It's a great game, but if you don't know the cards, like, to play that,
you have to have you have to have 2 equal combatants in that one, or else they'll just clean them up. It's
I've played the app a bit, but I'm just terrible at it. Like, the app is pretty good.
I didn't even know there was an app.
Yeah,
it's on Steam. It's awesome. I'm hoping they do it 1989.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Well, if they coded it right, who knows? That's a questionable. If they just hard coded it for like.
Have you ever played Labyrinth?
Labyrinth. No, but I know of it.
All right, so Labyrinth you can play solo.
Okay.
It has the most insane flowchart to figure out what the non-player is doing.
Do?
It literally is like an entire process map. You go through like 20 steps and realize that they just put a guy out.
They just put a guy out. Yeah, that's made for an app, right? They've already designed the AI.
Right.
Yeah, they did a Kickstarter for it, and did they release the Apple version, the iOS version? I know it's on Steam.
I don't know. I'll check the Apple Store. It's really good. You have to turn the music off. It's cool the first time.
I turn the music off of every game I play,
and then it just gets really annoying. I
think there's an app because Brad didn't.
So Anthony, you didn't get a new computer for Christmas.
Yeah,
I didn't get anything.
It's a banner year.
It's a banner year at the Rick House. No, it's not on iOS yet.
Okay, what's on Steam?
I don't know. So I mean, do they make you? If you had to say your like favorite game of the year, could you pinpoint one? And actually, I like asking the beginning of the year, like because like you split it in 2 because like everybody forgets about the games that came out in like the first 6 months.
You're talking about favorite game or best game?
Favorite game. I don't care about best game. Best game is like best game is like what? Who it sold the most, was the most, just your favorite game, the game that gave you the most fun in playing it.
All right, so my favorite game of the year is Signori from What's Your Game?
It came out in 2015, but yeah.
No, it didn't come out here until 2016.
Oh, it didn't? Okay.
Oh, as a side, Anthony, have you
I've actually heard about that from a couple people now.
Anthony, have you gotten your copy of Robo Revolution?
Nope. And
I haven't either.
I emailed Veronica a couple times too, and I haven't gotten a response.
I've emailed them repeatedly, and I'm getting no response. I mean, I got the email saying that I would get a tracking number soon.
I didn't even get that.
And then if I, it was like, and if you don't get your tracking number soon, please email us and let us know. And so, yeah, I've emailed that like 3 times now, and I haven't heard anything.
No, I talked to Veronica before Essen, and she said, just send me an email after Essen to remind me. I sent her an email after Essen to remind her. And then I sent another one saying I haven't heard anything or gotten anything, just still checking. And I haven't gotten an answer. So I don't know if they're on vacation for the holiday.
Is the English version out now?
No, it'll probably be out in the next couple of weeks here.
So you guys were wanting just the German version?
Well, it's
it's multi-language.
Oh, is it?
I gave him money. I paid the whatever it was, the $50 plus shipping, for my copy. So, yeah, but whatever.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, you were saying Signori is your favorite game for the first half. What's your favorite for the second half?
I'm gonna go with Great Western Trail.
All right.
Heavy Euros. Medium Euros. Signore is like a dice worker placement, right?
Yeah, Signore is the one with the dice when you have to shake the actions based on the dice you select.
Okay. I need to play that, man. You're the second person I've heard give that a favorite.
Oh,
status.
It's very fun. It flew totally underneath the radar of everybody.
Yeah, I think Nippon was getting all the buzz.
Nippon.
And then Signore came in at the same time.
Nippon. I think it's pronounced Nippon.
I think.
Okay. Chat. Referee us. So, yeah, it's a what's your move game, right? What's your move?
What's your game?
What's your game?
Yep, and the people who designed Signori designed something else, and I can't remember what it was. But
that's fine. What was David's favorite?
What? Oh,
David, your favorite, and then
my favorite
ordered
out.
Favorite for the first half, favorite for the second half.
First half was probably Rebellion.
All right.
What would be the second half? Maybe that I played and really, I guess probably Terraforming Mars. Even with the card draw issue. I thought that was a pretty solid game and super easy to learn.
The card draw thing's totally minor.
Yeah.
It's just me a couple times going, oh, I got no cards I can play. Like, literally, you can't play them, because of the specs or whatever. The requirements. Cool.
What about you, Aldi?
Scythe in the first half of the year or the second half?
What?
Scythe in the first half of the year or second half?
I think that's the second half game.
Okay, then I will say a Rebellion for first half and Scythe for the second. Although it's real close to Feast for Odin for the second half. Feast for Odin.
Yeah, you love it so much you had to change the rules.
I did, yep. That's why I love it. I only change the rules for the games I love.
Yeah, okay. For me, and this always just goes by like what games gave me the most fun when I played them. I can't say Mythos Tales because it's not really a game, but it's like the most enjoyable time I had with anything. So I can't say that. I'd love to say Rebellion, but it's a 2-player game, and I don't get to play a lot of 2-player games. But every time I've
only played it 4-player.
Really? Yeah. I don't see it as being really 4-player.
It's not, but it plays with 4.
Meh. Man, I mean, the second half, it's Not Alone. And that game's just really fun.
Not Alone.
You're the one person is like the planet and the aliens trying to eat the people.
Yep, that was a good one. That's up there for me too.
I mean, that's
this year
really
is a pretty good game list. I got a pretty hefty list of games I love.
Oh man, first half.
Hey, Lance, I've noticed that Colony's been sitting in that same spot for like a month and a half.
Yeah,
send a review.
It's not a review. I picked it up. I bought it.
Oh, did you open it?
I think I peeled the shrink and read the rules.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you didn't peel the shrink, don't bother.
You know what? I mean,
no, it's horrible.
You're so
it was
angry.
very light.
It's horrible.
Very Machi Koro.
Horrible. It's worse than Machikoro.
I don't like
Machikoro's
Machikoro at all. I've not played the expansion now. I heard that kind of livens it up.
That does make it better.
Yeah. I mean, I like Machikoro the first time I played it, and then the second time I was like, is it over yet?
Well, there's really nothing to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's just an activity. You know, it's like, it's totally like, I would say it's like a roll and move game, because it's just like you're rolling and then, oh, okay, now you get that. It's kind of like, and this is horrible because it isn't this bad, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like LCR. You know, it's just like, oh, roll the dice. Okay, do it at 10.
No,
okay.
There's some kind of fun things to happen in that game.
Huh.
It's fun to see your like big stack of things get triggered.
I had to treat myself because I hadn't read it in a long time, because I saw for some reason Darkest was like on the hot list for some reason.
Because it was $17 on Amazon.
I got it for $12. It went down. The price went down on it.
Why would you get it?
I've been getting it. It's for gifts, prizes, and stuff.
Would you buy 100 of them?
I bought 3.
Oh God! Well, why would you give that? Do you hate people? You're going to give it to them?
It's not that bad.
It is horrible.
Full rewrite has fixed most of the problems, as I understand it.
That is a horrible game.
I mean,
If you say it's horrible, David will send you an email and explain to you that it's not his fault.
Yeah. Well, no. So I treated myself with reading the worst gaming experience I've had in a long, long time. This guy posted this this treatise against it, and of course David found out about it and showed up into the conversation, and so it's a great thread. It's well worth a read. So if you want to read 9 pages of people going back and forth, it's quite good.
David is quite entertaining.
If you ever get a chance, have Travis talk to you about, because he worked Travis worked with David or worked for David or something to develop some game, and they had a really, really bad interaction, and and Travis has been more than like honest and fair, with just just the interesting aspects of working with David on something. And,
it just seems, I don't even know the story with Travis. It just seems, just from my interactions with David, is he doesn't like being criticized.
Well, no, I don't think anybody likes being criticized.
No. Even if it's constructive, he does not like being criticized.
Hmm.
I would say that most people don't like being criticized.
Well, his whole thing with Darker, because he wrote me this extensively long email after we talked about it on the show and said we didn't like it and why we didn't like it. Wrote me this long thing about how the rules that were released were not the rules that he wrote. Right. And I said, okay, but the rules that were written are the ones that are in the box.
Yeah.
I didn't say David Ausluis made a bad game. I said this game is bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, that is a really bad game. And and I actually kind of for a little bit defended Panic Station a little bit to people because of the fact that I was like I personally was of the opinion that you could make a good game. You could have a good game of Panic Station. You just had to have people kind of buy into the theme. And so but people had to do that, which is always a bad thing in my opinion. If you're doing that if you're walking into a game saying, all right, well, we all have to just play it like this or else the game's not going to work. Well, but if you go into it thinking that, and the game is actually okay, but yeah, obviously, yeah.
No, see, the game is not actually okay. The experience of playing it is actually okay with the right people.
Well, in that small size of experience, it is.
Yeah, because it doesn't take that long, but and it's fun and it's silly when you make fun of people when they get infected and they trusted you. But again, the game itself, the way it's designed, is not great. Even playing it with the right people, playing it the quote unquote right way.
Yeah. Man, him defending that though, that was pretty awful as well. He just anyway.
Has he defined
baby? It's his baby. He's going to try to help. I'd probably do the same thing. If the rules as written in the game were not correct, I would probably do my best to try to make them. He did make a second edition rules. I don't know how many people.
Well, the problem is that it seemed like every single one of his games that came out, he had this whole here's the rules rewrite, and it was just kind of like, well, why is this happening with all of your games? It was just like. There's, eventually you have to, weirdly take ownership of it. If there's this huge problem.
I think some publishers just sometimes don't go back to the designer for approval.
Kabuki Kid, if you like Panic Station, find somebody or do it yourself and make the thing. Just download the files. They're on BGG, and because the Panic Station was trying to do the thing, and the thing has a game made by a guy, just the thing, and it's the best Secret Trader game I've ever played, and everybody should play it.
What was David's excuse for Rogue Agent?
Without the weird, there was parts of Rogue Agent that I liked. There's parts of all his games that I like. I like the pathing of like how the people would kind of go around the map and you kind of chase them down and stuff. The whole process of one of you might be basically a replicant or whatever, and have a problem or whatever. It's just it was a bad thing. Just bad.
All right, Lance, I put my feelers out.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I've got a bunch of before and afters for us to do. So
before and afters. All right, cool.
Yeah. So I got 20 before and afters. So if, I'll do it with just you three, but we can wait and see if we can get one or two more people.
People coming, probably. Let's see. Arkham Horror, the card game for me is also a top 5.
Ooh, yeah.
I can't get into it. I
know it's gonna be rough because it's so great. I don't know. You're gonna have to basically play. Someone's gonna have to make a game, make decks for you, and play with you. Right?
Well, and it's just and also and my daughter and I have been playing Star Wars Destiny, and we are enjoying that. Just because it's pretty basic. One action. And I bought a box of boosters, because I'm an idiot, and we had fun opening those. And, what's hilarious? My wife, as a joke, because I told her about that horrible game, Break Key.
Break Key, yeah.
Yeah, remember that horrible game? The game that was you break your own game while playing it? like so you can't play it anymore. Yeah, she found a box of boosters in that for like $10 or something on eBay, and she gave it to me for Christmas. So my daughter and I went through.
Been breaking keys.
My daughter and I did 200 keys, just breaking them.
Breaking them.
Yeah, until we got down to the only one. You know. So then I have the one last one. There can be only one. This is him. What
That's
a horrible game that was.
I remember when that came out. Everybody was like, "What?" I'm like, "How is this a game?"
Yeah, you. There's no way for you to know if the key you have is any good. It just. I don't think. Yeah, it was just crazy. It was weird. No. So other than that, I mean, yeah, 2016 was an interesting year. You know, Anthony, you got any remarks about 2016?
It was a year. It's almost over.
Yeah, it is almost over.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people say that they're going to stay up until, like, for the first time ever, till midnight on Saturday, just so they can watch this year finally die. Which I thought was.
We were talking about this the
People
other
think
day.
things are going to be so much different on Sunday morning.
No, they won't.
I mean, but whatever.
This year is, as far as like the celebrity deaths, is no different than any other year. The difference
We talked
is,
about this. We talked about this earlier. Yeah.
the difference is there are celebrities now. You know, if Debbie Reynolds had passed away this year without her daughter dying yesterday,
Right.
it would be like, oh, Debbie Reynolds, she's an old lady. She died. But now it's people that we grew up with. So, like, every year, you know, like, for the past 15 years or so, my mother's celebrities all passed away. You know, and then the occasional, you know, Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston type thing.
I mean, there's always going to be celebrity deaths, right? And some will affect you more than others. But to me, it's just like and I don't know what the deal is with this year, but it's like everything's like so amplified. Like, I mean, you know, it's not really different than last year.
That's
It's just-
because
I
there are celebrities.
Right.
There are our celebrities.
And I'm not saying this to be mean in any way, shape, or form, but there were a lot of people who all of a sudden became really big David Bowie fans all of a sudden. That I never knew listened to a single David Bowie song in their entire life.
He hadn't been relevant in a lot of years, so.
Yeah,
Well,
and they're like,
Here's the other thing. That I read a few articles about, like, people talking about, is this a year with most celebrity deaths? And what they were saying, one of the things they noted was there are a lot more celebrities the past 20 years than there were prior.
Right.
Who's beeping?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I don't know how to turn it off. Does anybody know how to turn it off on Facebook?
You have to turn off your sound on your computer.
Okay, well, that would be the way to do it.
don't worry.
So since there's so many more quote unquote celebrities now, that's why we're seeing why it seems like there's so many more of them dying.
Yeah. And social media amplifies it all.
But here's the thing.
No, you
And,
yesterday you couldn't do a thing without. I mean, literally every post in my feed for like 2 hours was Carrie Fisher.
But here's the thing about it. Like, okay, yeah, Carrie Fisher, 60 years old, she's still young.
Well,
But
the most iconic geek movie ever.
right. But when people who are older, I'm not saying that there's a time you're supposed to die, but like Stan Lee turned 94 years old today.
Mm-hmm.
If he died tomorrow, people would lose their minds, and I'd go, "Hey, the guy lived 94 friggin' years. God bless him."
and he did like everything.
I mean, my great aunt just passed away a week and a half ago. 103 years old. Okay,
That's a long time.
beautiful life, wonderful person. There was no reason to cry. 103 years. God bless her.
Hey, Steph, welcome to the Alaboom. Oh, she can hear us.
I don't know.
I mean,
Is this-
I sprung this on everybody at the last minute.
Who's Steph H?
Steph H, a.k.a.
Oh, never mind.
Pumpkin.
I just so there's a fair number of Stephs that are in the, like, I work
Game
with.
world.
Yes. I think she's thinking about talking.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, anyway, you were saying, Anthony?
I was saying is people is like, you live your life and you die. That's what happens. I mean, there's people who die like in car accidents and whatnot, but
Sorry.
I gave the rest in peace Carrie Fisher thing, but the woman did not take very good care of herself. I mean,
No,
it's
well,
not like
most entertainers don't though.
but that's the thing. She lived her life. She lived a good life. If you've read anything about her, she enjoyed the life she had, and yes, she's no longer with us.
Was the big surprise for me because he didn't live an outrageous drug-addled lifestyle. The rest of them was no shock whatsoever.
Hello?
Who? Which one? Which one are you talking about? Alan Rickman. Yeah. Well, he had cancer, so I mean,
Right.
But he wasn't. He didn't go public with his cancer though. He didn't go out and say, I'm battling, anything. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's. Well, I mean, and it sucks. It's just because we have these icons or whatever, and one of the icons is. Was Carrie Fisher, and that's the thing too. It's like even my mail lady today.
Well, I'm not really talking. I can't hear you. So.
Oh, we hear you now.
We hear you, Steph. Can you hear us? I don't know what's going on over there.
Can you figure out how to hear them?
Headphones.
This is good. This is good. Hopefully, she says something embarrassing. Like, put your pants back on or something. Wait for it.
Sometimes it frustrates me when a celebrity dies and all these people are making all this big deal about it. I'm like, it's sad when everybody passes away, but to the way they idolize these celebrities who really haven't had any real positive impact on the world. They've had an entertainment impact on the world, but not necessarily a positive impact on the world. And then when people who have been out there, striving to make the world a better place pass away, nobody bats an eyelash. That's the stuff that kind of gets to me, like the heroes of the world. But then again, most of the heroes don't want the notoriety anyway, so it's probably just fine with them.
So here's the thing that someone posted that is pretty cool. At some point down the road, we're going to look back and look at all of the amazing people that were born in 2016.
True.
Maybe not. Maybe they'll all suck.
Maybe you'll suck.
Probably.
I think
I was having a nice moment there, Lance, and you ruined it.
Well, sorry. It's what I do, I guess. I ruin
That's
things.
what I think. 2016 is going to be known for all the deaths and just being the year of the snowflake.
Nice.
Well, there's such a media backlash to it now. I think that's really going to be the, one of those things we look back on generationally.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. I mean, it's just a steady swing down, right? It just it's a weird. I find myself as I get older, being less excited about new things and remembering things when they were really cool in the past, which maybe isn't the best way to live, but I don't know. It's maybe that's just the way it works.
Yeah, we can see Steph now.
Yeah, we can see Steph. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, yes.
Oh, awesome. Working great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got a brand new person. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Hi, Steph.
Steph is what's the name of your blog? All the Meeples of the Rainbow? Is that correct? All the Meeples of the Rainbow on Board Game Geek.
Yeah.
Username
Excellent.
Pumpkin32?
312.
Oh, we follow on Instagram.
Cool.
And Instagram, yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us at the last second.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
just,
sure.
talking-
Glad I could make it.
Hey, quick question. Since I asked everybody else, what was your favorite game for the first half of 2016 and then the second half of 2016?
Oh, my God. The first half, it must be probably Quadropolis. I played it a whole bunch. And the second half is Colonist. I can't get it out of my head. It's just a huge game with so much possibility.
I have not played the Colonists yet.
That's the new Mayfair one, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like 10 pounds of cardboard.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
You can get it off Amazon right now if you want a copy, full price, $90.
$90.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
This is where we look at your game collection and we judge you. So we're gonna look.
Well,
at
she pulled out
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest, heaviest game of the year, dude. I don't know. None of us played yet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice
You
collection.
can judge me. It's fine.
Well, she's got Deluvia Project, or no? Is that Deluvia Project? Yeah, that's Deluvia Project. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like that one actually. I learned that. That's good.
That is a very good game.
When you play the Colonist, do you play the full session, or do you jump forward or start at the beginning? Or
The first game I made the mistake of playing with 4 people, and so it lasted 5 hours for 2 hours out of 4 hours. So it was really long. And then the second time I played 2-player and we played the full thing, and then we played the full thing again. I've only played it 3 times. It's long.
so you like it better than Odin? Feast
Yeah.
Odin.
They're both 10 out of 10 for me. So,
Right.
but yeah.
So you
How
can't
about
pick
you?
one over the other.
No, I picked Colonist over it. Yes.
Okay. It's just intrinsically more fun.
Yeah, I think there's just more possibilities, which sounds crazy if you've played Odin because there's so many possibilities, but Colonist just has unlimited.
Oh,
Very
okay.
cool.
Yeah, I gotta punch it and get it to the table. I've got it. I bought one in Germany, because I know they only had like 30 or 40 copies in English, and then they weren't gonna have it available till January. But it's available now, Lance. You said?
Yeah, if you go to Amazon, you can pay $90 and get a copy sent to you.
Okay, that's what I paid for it in Germany.
Oh, good for you.
€90, I think, is what it was, though.
That'd be more.
That would be more.
I'm seeing if my my local game store can order me one, because then I can get my discount through them. If they can't, I'll just order one through Amazon. And there's always the random chance that Mayfair will send me a copy. Yeah, I just like every third or fourth title that Mayfair comes out with, it shows up in my door. Just like, yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
they've kind of changed helm there, so you may want to call or write to. I think Alex.
I'm not gonna.
No.
It's just if it shows up, it shows up.
Julie.
Yeah. What'd you think of Oracle at Delphi? Did you play that one there, Steph?
Oh yeah, I've played it a few times. The first time was really a learning game, and then you get better as you go. So it's one that you have to play a few times before you really get the hang of what's going on with that one. But I liked it a lot, yeah.
Yeah, well, good.
Did you like it?
Of course I did. TMG makes nothing but amazing games.
You're not allowed. Wait, Lance, you're allowed to give your true opinion.
No, it's not a Feld, so I like it. Like my favorite Feld is In the Year of the Dragon, and Oracle's probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
Feld, and then third is Macau, I guess. I don't know. Feld kind of lost me at Bora Bora. I just kind of got bored of
I like
his layering
Trajan.
points. Yeah, Trajan was okay.
I like Trajan.
Trajan.
Steph, I'm the community director for Taste of Digital Games. That's why I asked, because I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, I'm aware. I hope you're aware who I am. Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't mean to be mean. I'm sorry.
Hey, I run the TMG Instagram account.
Yeah, I know you do. So I was like, that Steph. So
Oh, so Steph is the one that put my board game tree up.
yes, Steph is the one.
Oh my god, it got so many likes.
Yes, it did.
Awesome.
1,300 or 1,800 or something like that.
And we're thinking about putting the what is it? We're talking about doing the that as a contest next year for doing Christmas.
Oh, sure.
What is the?
Oh, hey, I was gonna have you. I was gonna reach out to you today, but I didn't see you were on Slack. Hey, you're friends with Mina, right? Mina's Cardboard.
Of course, yeah.
I invited her on too, but she can't come.
Okay, yeah. I wanna I don't know if have we hooked her up with games? Do you know?
I think a few, but we definitely could. Yes.
Yeah, we should just basically send her whatever she wants, because
I like
obviously she has
business.
Yeah, sorry, whatever. I actually I sent her a message. I sent her a direct message on Twitter, and then I saw she was active on Twitter, but she never direct messaged me back. I don't know if she thought I was some creeper or something like that. But I introduced myself and everything, and
I think she does Instagram, Facebook more.
yeah, I was like, if there's any, well, no, like I direct messaged her on Twitter, and then like literally like 5 minutes later, she sent out a tweet. So I was like, okay, well, she's active, and then she never got back to me, and so like I don't know, like, and I even played games with her at BGGCon,
Yeah.
and I, I mean, so I was just kind of like, I wouldn't think she.
She'll get back to me. I talk to her all the time, so.
Good deal.
It's interesting. A lot of people think it's hard to break into the media, but you just got to do stuff. I mean, really, and it happens.
Yeah.
Just keep doing quality stuff and doing your thing. Like I'm kind of jealous of like how many games you get to play. Like, how do you get to play that many games?
Well, the way I did was finally work for a game company.
Well, yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, I was more asking Steph. She blogs about all her games, and it's like
50,000 games. I play all.
You played like 40 games at BGGCon, which is just mind blowing.
Yeah, I play. Yeah, I don't know, every night and all weekend. As much as possible. I love it.
How long have you been in the hobby, as you would say?
I went to my first Gen Con 2012, and then from there it just kind of took off.
That's where you kind of discovered this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was a little bit before that, but mostly 2012.
Okay. So fairly new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started writing about it and taking pictures, and then it got crazy.
Yeah.
No, and
yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and you just become friends with everybody, and then you go to the gathering and you have a good time, and then you know everybody.
You went to the gathering?
She did.
I did.
I saw her there on the last day. You came up to me on the last day. I didn't even know you were there.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of funny. That's a 10-day thing.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people there too, so
it is a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I have my own circles. Like it's hard to get out of that. Like you just wake up every day and you're like, okay, let's meet up with the same people and we play and then we go to eat and then we come back. It's a little harder to mingle.
Yeah. But I try and talk to everybody as much as I could there. So
yeah.
Good.
No, you're just an elitist there, Scott. You only play with the people that you like or something.
It's not true.
The other people were 70 million.
Yeah. The $70 million club.
That's right.
In the Glasscock room.
In the Glasscock room.
Oh, the Glasscock room is so beautiful. Sodas and candy.
Sodas and candy.
Yeah, I got a bag of plain M&Ms and a Coke out of there. I felt like a celebrity after that shitty freaking pink lemonade that was in the.
So what happened was, did I ever tell you what happened with that?
I was there for the conversation that you had.
Okay.
With
Yeah. So
tell everybody.
I guess something happened last year, where I guess there was a misunderstanding between the hotel and us that the food for the vendor hall was supposed to be or vendor room was supposed to be a specific thing, but then it turned out like they rang up $50,000 worth of food because they charge like $5 a Coke. So you divide it, like if we go through 1,000 Cokes. That's only 5,000, but whatever. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Like, the hotel apparently got angry at us for that.
Well, like supposedly, like people were going in there and just walking out with 12 packs or something like that.
If you're grabbing Cokes for yourself and everybody else, like that's not the right thing to do. So I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see the room. I don't know what was going on. I just know that they.
All I know is
down
that,
on us.
Like no, when we like
if I could go to Sam's or whatever, or
they wouldn't let
Costco,
you though.
No, they won't. Which is so frustrating to have to pay $5 a Coke.
Well, pretty soon it won't be a problem because you won't be there anymore.
No, we'll be in another hotel. Same
and
rules.
Isn't it weird too that they stopped providing that as soon as you told them?
We left. We're leaving. Yeah, maybe.
Coincidence or whatever. Anthony, are you around or are you just muted?
Get something to drink.
He went to get coffee.
All right. I am going to get a refill on my drink, and then when Anthony comes back, we're going to do before and after.
I'm back.
Steph, are you familiar with before and after?
I am not. What is that?
All right. So before and after is where I give a clue, and then judging from the clue, you have to come up with something that is the before and after for it. So the one I always use for the description is if you don't know Indianapolis Colts wide receiver, but an Indianapolis Colts wide like all pro wide receiver, it was also Han Solo. And the answer is Marvin Harrison, because that's the wide receiver's name. And then Marvin Harrison Ford, because Harrison Ford is Han Solo. So you'd say Marvin Harrison Ford. Now, they aren't going to be all about sports and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about like not knowing the answers. These are mostly...
That's sexist.
These are, no, I guarantee you David doesn't know half the sports questions.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
either.
so I mean, I saw a grimace on her face, so I was just like, I just wanted to make sure. This is a lot of pop culture. I tried to work in a lot of board game ones. So, so these are people, places, things, sayings, all kinds of things. And then, so I'll give the clue. And then if you're going to give an answer, you yell out your name. So like if your buzzer is your name. So if you think you know the answer, what would you say, Steph?
Steph.
Exactly. Aldi, what would you say?
Aldi.
All right. I know Kabuki Kid is in the audience, so and this is just for pride. There's no prizes or anything like that. This is just something fun that the people that are listening can play along and have fun with this. And like I said, I try to have fun with this one. I got 20 of these, and they're
20. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. People are predicting Steph's going to beat Anthony tonight.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah. People are laying down the smack in the chat room here.
It's hard to bet against Anthony.
Well, yeah, Anthony is about as much fun to play with as super
everything I did today is Bill Cosby trivia, so he's going to lose.
Oh, excellent, perfect. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to start it off.
I think you want to get a drink.
Well, no. Well, yeah, actually,
talk. Get a drink. Actually, I want to talk about Escape the Room board game.
What? Oh, yeah.
Has anybody played that Escape the Room board game? It's the one by Spin Master. It's called.
I saw it.
Let me get the exact name of it.
Is that the one that has the 4 different games inside of it?
Yeah, it comes with 4 escape rooms.
Yeah, I played it. I played 2 of them with my daughter.
Okay.
And my wife.
I'm trying to get the exact name. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's too many board games. Escape Room the game.
Escape Room the game.
It comes with a doohickey, which is cool. It's
like Prison Break, Virus. We've done Prison Break and Virus, and we haven't done the other 2.
There's a nuclear one, and I think a zombie one.
Like something about the Aztecs or something like that. I'm looking at it right now.
Zombies.
It's right over here.
Yeah.
But I'll be right back.
Yeah. So this game is awesome. It's $33. It comes with 4 puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Each puzzle takes about an hour. You can solve it quicker than an hour if you are smarter than me, or you can take an hour and 10 minutes like I did, or we did, our team. Because you don't stop after you like loot. You have an hour on the timer countdown. Technically, you're supposed to like do it within an hour, but it doesn't like stop the game. You can just keep playing. You can keep trying the answers till you get out, and it is great. So I played the other escape room game from I can't remember now. Stargazer Banner, which is pretty cool too, but very basic puzzle. It's a one-shot, play for an hour kind of thing. That's Think Fun. But the one from Spin Master is very challenging. Like, we had a hard time with it, and that was just the first puzzle. And supposedly there's an escalated difficulty system.
I saw one of them the other day, and I think it was on clearance. And I thought
Could be the one with the Stargazer Manor, because that's been out for about a year now.
Okay.
That one they sell at Target.
It's $10. Yeah, that one's $10. So then that's totally, it's worth $10. It's a 40. Probably adults would do it in like 45 minutes. That one was like, the challenge was there, not really that. It was interesting, but not a challenge. I'll put it like that. But the escape room, the game with the little key system that you put in there is pretty challenging. we were sitting there with our flashlights, like looking at all the stuff, because like there's a lot of small details in the pictures. We're like, you're using our iPhone flashlights, kind of like scanning the whole board to like to find the clues and stuff. So we felt very like into it, like as far as like trying to figure it out. So anyway, highly recommended, at least based on the first puzzle. I haven't played the other 3 yet, but I'm going to probably for New Year's.
And that's a co-op?
It is a co-op. And you can play as many people as you want, but you really all need to sit around the table and see all the pieces at all times. So I wouldn't play with probably more than 4. And 4 may be too many. I think 3 is probably the right number. But you could play to 5, 6, but then you're kind of like too many cooks. You get that little too many cooks problem, like everybody's trying to do too much. And but it's great. Escape Room, the game.
BGG says it's best with 4.
Best with 4? That could be. We played with 4. It just felt like one person was kind of just not really, because you kind of go down a path of like you figure it out, like one person can figure out something, and then you get stuck, and then the other people can kind of jump in and look at and try to figure out how to continue from there. And so you have these lulls where you're kind of just like you're stuck, but it has a great hint system, so it'll give you a hint every 5 to 10 minutes that you can optionally use or not, and it doesn't count against your time. But if you make a guess, and this is cool, the answers to each puzzle are a set of keys that you insert into the gizmo, and it will buzz if you're wrong, and it'll deduct a minute off your time. So you can't just sit there and keep trying random keys. It's a 4-key combination, so good luck with that. There's there'll be a lot of combinations. But it's really cool. I had a great time and felt tense.
Yeah, my daughter and I really, really enjoyed it. So,
yeah. Highly recommended. $33. You're gonna get 4 plays, like 4 hours, I guess, of game out of that.
Yeah, and
then just give it to a friend. Yeah,
totally. That's exactly it. Once we're done, I'll just give it to like.
Yeah,
actually,
and you don't destroy anything.
The thing is that with my daughter and I will play through all 4. And then my wife has like this like she has friends that like get together and do stuff, and one of the things they occasionally will play games, and I'll just give it to them and they'll play it because they've gone to like escape rooms in town and stuff like that. So, but all right. So is everybody ready for? You can play if you're listening. You can play at home. But otherwise it's just before and after. You just say your name, and then you give me your guess. Is everybody excited?
Yes.
Yeah.
So excited.
All right.
Woohoo.
All right, here we go. Number 1. Dr. Watson's Buddy is Guy Ritchie's first film.
What?
Dr. Watson's Buddy is Guy Ritchie's first film.
I should know this. The hell?
Dr. Watson's Buddy is Guy Ritchie's first film.
Aldi. Do I just say it? Do you want to acknowledge that I said my name? Or no?
Oh, I'm sorry. Aldi, go ahead.
Yeah. It's Sherlock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels.
That's exactly correct.
Yes.
Sherlock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels. Very good. So do you see how that worked there, Steph?
Yeah.
Have you seen Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels?
Nobody saw Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels.
No.
So me and you.
Really? Because that movie's great.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Item number 2. What you say when you get an important news update about a young male pop singer everyone hates.
Aldi.
This
Justin Bieber.
Very good.
What?
This Justin Bieber.
What you say when you
This
have
Justin
an important news update about a young male pop singer everybody hates.
Restart yet?
He cut out on me. So it didn't hear him.
All right. How you salute your English teacher, John Keating, during an 8-player real-time submarine board game.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh, Captain, my Captain Sonar.
Very
Nice.
good. See, I worked in some board games here. Pretty good, right?
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, here we go. A regrettable comedy movie starring Danny Aiello and Bruce Willis is a reincarnated superhero and charter member of the Justice Society.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Oh, I lost it. I had it for a second. I know what it is. I know it. I can't.
Regrettable movie starring Danny Aiello and Bruce Willis is a reincarnated superhero and charter member of the Justice Society.
Anthony.
Anthony, go.
Hudson Hawkman.
Hudson Hawkman. That is absolutely correct.
For some reason, I got Condor in my head, and I'm like, I know that's wrong.
Oh, Condor Man?
I
That
do
was a
not
great-
remember
Condor
Danny
Man.
Aiello being
Oh,
in that.
I love Condor Man.
So I'm like, Captain Condor Man?
Oh,
No.
and you know what? One of the absolute best MST3K episodes ever is for a movie called Puma Man, and it is hilarious. And it's for free. They have it on their channel. You can watch it on YouTube. So good. Watch it. You'll laugh your ass off.
Great, Anthony.
Well, who's keeping score? This is just
2-2.
this is just for
Or whatever.
fun.
No scores. You got to give the chat something to do. They're cheering.
Yeah. Okay. Inspector Clouseau can name his prices at his store.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Peter Sellers Market.
Peter Sellers Market. Very good.
Couldn't get Peter Sellers.
Yeah. There you go.
It was like Pink Panther or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That
was
is.
too.
Pink Panther is. I love those movies. They're so good.
Yeah,
the ones,
Peter
the ones
Sellers,
with
man.
Peter Sellers.
If anybody has not seen Being There, Peter Sellers,
Oh, Being There.
you gotta watch Being There. You gotta watch
Oh.
Strangelove.
Well, Strangelove, obviously, but I mean that's just a good movie because.
But there's just a lot of people in our era of board game that don't know these movies.
It's so weird. It's so weird that Peter Sellers could do like Being There, and then he could just play the buffoon so perfectly and like because you watch the very first Pink Panther, and it's the first Pink Panther really isn't a Pink Panther movie. It's like Clouseau isn't the buffoon, but then like the next one, it's like they totally ramp up like the physical comedy and the ridiculousness of it, and it's just absolutely hilarious. I mean, when he has Fong or whatever, his manservant attack him randomly, and he comes in the house and everything.
What was his name?
Was it Fong or
Kato.
what? No, it wasn't
Not
Kato.
Kato? It was Kato.
I don't know.
No, it's Wong.
Wong.
Wong? Was it Wong? That was just great. Yeah, he told him to attack him indiscriminately whenever he came in the door.
Right.
Good stuff. All right.
Okay. Sidebar.
Yeah, totally. Well, we sidebar all the time, so that's fine. He wept when there were no more lands to conquer as he played the new game by Alexander Pfister from Stronghold Games.
Anthony.
Steph.
Let's give it to Steph.
Alexander the Great Western Trail.
Very good.
Yes.
I think Anthony may have rang in first, but I wanted to
I
give
heard stuff first.
no. I wanted to give Steph a chance to answer one. So very good.
That's okay.
That's very good. That's okay. That's okay. You're all. I love the Anthony. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Kabuki Kid says it's Kato.
Kato. All
She
right.
said it was
Fine.
Kato, you knuckleheads.
It was Fong. Fong.
Kato.
Wong.
Movie
Oh
about.
wait, no, it was Kato. It was Kato. Yeah,
Thanks, David. Thanks. Welcome to 30 Seconds.
you're
Ago.
welcome. I'm busy here looking at all the Tasty Minstrel advertising.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Movie about 1970s rock groupies has dinner at a Midwestern chain of barbecue restaurants.
Almost Famous. Dave.
Yeah.
Almost Famous Dave's.
Go ahead, David.
You got it. He said it.
Almost Famous Dave's.
Almost Famous Dave's. Yes, exactly. And if you haven't been to an Famous Dave's, you should go. It's really, really
They're
good.
closing them down.
Really?
Yeah, the one in California just closed.
Oh, the one in Fargo here. Yeah, I mean it's packed every night. So
I don't know.
They started in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. Well, they started in a suburb of Minneapolis, but
I don't think it would survive in Dallas.
probably not.
The
You guys
barbecue.
are
Too much barbecue.
you're too refined down there.
They just opened 2 barbecue places like within a mile of my house. Like, can we get some variety around here, guys? Please.
No.
What was it that? What was
Complaining
that
about
one? What was
barbecue.
that one Mexican restaurant I went to with you?
Where did we go? Taco Diner?
Yeah, that was really
Or-
good.
Yeah, Taco Diner. It used to be good. Not good anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go. The 11th album by the Beatles is not the soundtrack to Mad Max 2.
Anthony.
Mr. Clue.
Anthony, go ahead. Anthony.
Abbey Road Warrior.
Abbey Road Warrior is correct. I got music questions in here, David. Come on, buddy.
I missed it. I was totally spaced out for a second.
All right. Are you listening now?
I am.
Okay. 1985 John Cusack movie is better than this game designed by John Gilmore.
David.
David.
Better than Walking Dead. Or what? Better than Dead of Winter.
Better.
David.
He said it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he didn't?
Anthony.
Oh, Alden.
Anthony.
Better off Dead of Winter.
Better off
No,
Dead of Winter. Yes.
What did he say?
Better than Dead of Winter.
Better than Dead of Winter.
Yeah, he got
That's a-
stuck.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Wasting a perfectly good white boy like that.
Yeah.
That's all right. Everybody knows I was right and got it first.
No. You were on the right path. Just syntax got you, right? So, here we go. Recently deceased pop singer sells dead parrots to John Cleese.
Anthony. George Michael Palin.
George Michael Palin is correct.
Oh, God.
The
Yeah,
parrot sketch.
He's recently deceased.
Yes.
Whiz Kids. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Whiz Kids miniature war game watches the classic zombie horror movie. Whiz Kids miniature war game watches the classic zombie horror movie. Whiz Kids miniature war game watches the classic zombie horror movie.
I don't remember how the miniatures war game.
Anthony.
Oh, go ahead, Anthony.
Mage Knight of the Living Dead.
Yes, that is correct.
That's not a miniature.
Mage
war
Knight was
game.
considered a miniatures war game when it
Was.
first came
It was
out.
hero
It's a
clicks.
game. I didn't call it a war game, but yeah,
Well,
you're right.
that is the category that it was given when it came out. So-
I'm like going through the Whiz Kids games in my head trying to get to Knight.
No, I was just stuck on Heraclix.
Mhm. Yeah, me too. I couldn't think of anything else.
That's okay. Sally's older brother attends an Ivy League college in Rhode Island.
Anthony. Charlie Brown University.
Charlie Brown University is correct. You're good at this, Anthony.
He's good at everything trivia. Come on. He's lit up now.
Yeah, he's totally he's in the groove right now. He's in the groove, right?
Let me know when it's safe to come back.
Where are you going, David?
There's
Right
still
here.
like 9 more.
Yeah, we got more. All right. This is one I thought was really clever. I'm gonna say that one for the end. Sorry.
I'm just gonna let you know now.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself.
If I do say so myself, I'm gonna save that one though. All right. John Hughes movie likes a British psychedelic rock band.
Anthony.
Go ahead.
Pretty in Pink Floyd.
Pretty in Pink Floyd is correct. He's just firing on all cylinders on these now.
You're cutting out just a hair on me sometimes.
Oh really?
I'm
Well,
like
sorry.
Rain Man. I'm like the Rain Man
Yeah, you
before
are.
and after.
All right. Well, I don't know what to. I
Yeah,
can
like that
restart
one
my
about the
computer,
last
but that
half
would
of it.
actually end this, so I can't really do that. So. All right. Here we go. Star Wars Descent in a John Carpenter movie about a police station under siege.
Oh.
Star Wars Descent in a John Carpenter movie about a police station under siege.
Anthony.
Yes.
I hope I got the number right. Assault on Precinct 13?
19.
Precinct 13 is correct. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was 19. Damn it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Hey, what was the first half?
Imperial Assault on...
Oh.
Okay. All right, everybody. Steph, you listening? You ready?
I'm trying.
Okay. Here we go.
I have no idea.
Former husband of Roseanne is the former governor of California.
Anthony.
There you go.
Tom Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was just like a giant. It was just like a softball, like floating in for you. You were just like Tom Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just had it. No doubt in my mind that you were just gonna blast that one out of the park. All right. I think this one's gonna be a little bit tough, but I think Anthony will get it right. So, Harvey Keitel's character in Pulp Fiction listens to this composer who most likely was not killed by Salieri.
Aldi.
The
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
You are correct. I thought for sure. And I
love Pulp Fiction, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's my movie.
Okay. You like the GIMP scenes or what?
No, Lance. I don't like the GIMP scene.
I'm just asking. I mean, what are you
like
doing later?
I like the wolf.
You know that character was like he played that originally in that.
Nikita.
Yeah. Well, Point of No Return, the remake of La Femme Nikita.
Yeah, remake.
Where he was like the cleaner or whatever.
Yep. Except he was not exactly the same character, but close.
Mm.
A cleaner, but not as charming.
Yeah, exactly. He was more
Mr.
brutal. Yeah, there you go. Well, I would have accepted Mr. Wolf or Winston Wolf as well. Winston. Okay. I would have accepted both because, yeah, there you go.
Oh, but you wouldn't accept better than. Whatever.
Well, you can make sure I don't get any of them right for initials. How about that? You can feel good.
Right, okay, we're good.
All right. Severely depressing movie about drug addiction listens to an American progressive metal band.
You cut out of me again.
Say it again.
Severely depressing movie about drug addiction listens to an American progressive metal band. Severely depressing movie about drug addiction listens to an American progressive metal band. Anthony.
Requiem for a Dream Theater.
There you go. Has anybody seen Requiem for a Dream?
Yes.
I knew it was Dream Theater. I was just trying to figure out what movie tied in with it. And the only thing I could think of was Leaving Las Vegas, but that was alcoholism.
Yeah. Requiem for a Dream is like one of the most depressing movies I've ever seen in my life.
Horrible movie.
Agreed.
And like you never want to see it again. I mean, it's just like you saw it once, you're like, okay, I never have to watch that horrible, horrible movie again.
No.
Yes.
No. I mean, it was a very good character study. Hey, I watched the movie Sicario. That wasn't bad. That was pretty good. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But that was pretty good.
That guy's directing Blade Runner.
Yeah. But no, I didn't know what to expect for Sicario. Somebody said it was really good, and like I was like, all right, I'll check this stuff out. And yeah, I was
It's all right.
The scene where they go and they pick the guy up in the prison and they're driving him back to the border. Like the entire time during that like scene that like it just never lets up the tension. I was like, I wanted to die. I was like, what's going on? Are they gonna fight somebody? Or it was crazy. Anyway. Okay, here we go. First American to orbit the Earth is a sex addict. First American to orbit the Earth is a sex addict. First American to orbit the Earth is a sex addict? No one?
Anthony.
Anthony.
I don't know how you tie that in with. I don't know how you tie that in with Len Smith.
John Glenn Quagmire.
John Glenn Quagmire is correct. Yes.
Who's Glenn Quagmire?
You don't watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
Family.
All right.
Giggity.
John Glenn died this year too, right?
Yeah, he did.
Kabuki Kid reminding us of
Yes.
all the deaths.
But he was like 80 some as well. So I mean, yes. All right. I think we got 2 left. So.
Thank God.
Oh, shush. John Belushi gets a 0.0 while Kevin Spacey murders his way to the White House.
David. It was me.
Give it to David.
David, go.
Animal House of Cards.
Animal House of Cards is correct.
Mr. Blutowski.
Mr. Blutowski.
How
How
Anthony?
did Anthony not get that?
Yeah.
0.0.
Point.
Daniel
Back on
Simpson
the
Day
thing.
has no grade point average. All classes incomplete.
All classes incomplete. All right, this is the clever one.
It's on Netflix now. You can watch it all the time.
I have 13. That's my favorite number, so I'm not answering anymore.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is the one I thought that was clever. Keanu Reeves' breakfast cereal has an anti-rodent slogan.
Say again.
Keanu Reeves' breakfast cereal has an anti-rodent slogan. Keanu Reeves' breakfast cereal has an anti-rodent slogan. I stumped everybody. Matrix are for kids.
Oh my
No,
god!
excellent picture for kids. What I was thinking.
I'm sitting here trying to think because I know he did like a cereal commercial when he was a kid, and I'm like, what the hell did he do? Like Frosted Flakes of something? I'm like,
Nope. Matrix are for kids.
Calling bullshit.
that was
Oh, look who's here.
Give me a minute.
Oh, that's what she said.
clever. That was clever.
Thank you. I thought that was very clever. I thought of that one in the shower this morning. I was like just in there running through ideas. And,
Of course.
I do my best thinking in the shower. Nobody can come in there and bother me. I can kind of,
Roland, what's the anti-rodent? Tricks are for kids.
I don't
Yeah.
think that.
because it says silly rabbit.
Silly rabbit.
Tricks are for
Tricks are for kids.
How is that an anti-rabbit slogan?
It's not.
Because
But
rabbit.
this is Lance.
Not an
Oh,
anti-rodent.
whatever.
slogan.
You know what? Just get over yourself. This is my show, damn it. Yeah, you shut up too. Hey, buddy, how you been?
Okay.
How was the play?
It was pretty good. I went at the Walnut Street Theater up in Philly.
What play did you go see?
The Wizard of Oz was playing this month.
Oh, did she get to go home?
Yes, she got to go home. There was a scene in it I don't remember. Jen was telling me about it. It was something about Jared.
Oh, was it that the Tin Man and the Scarecrow just went at it?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
that's
stuffing out of each other. It's
Yeah.
carnage. Pure carnage.
probably not, though, right?
Nah.
But oh, good man. I'm glad you get all cultured on me. That's pretty cool.
I was surprised there were so many young people there, though. That really did surprise me. Like in their 20s. You know, I figured most of the theater I went to, there was older people. There was a lot of, kids and all that there. Literally kids and then like people in their 20s and all. It surprised me. Jen says probably because of the Christmas weekend, everybody's off and all. Then we went to McDonald's and here I am.
Hey Barry, what are your favorite games of the year? First half and second half.
Mythos Tales would probably be second half.
It's those things, right?
The Star Wars Rebellion, I think, would be the first half. Although I did like the GMT, the American Revolution game, Liberty or Death. I did like that one. Yeah, so it'd be either Rebellion or Liberty or Death. Yeah, it's not their newest one, but the one right before the one that just came out. Yeah, probably be the
I
one
think I
of them
took mine back. I don't know why I didn't think of this.
What?
And I don't remember when Mare Nostrum. I love the shit out of Mare Nostrum.
If I played that more, it'd probably be higher on my list. I only played it the once though. I did enjoy it though.
I like that one better than Terraforming Mars, so I'm switching that shit out.
Interesting.
Fair enough. All right, so
what were
Steph,
your games again?
what now?
What were your games again?
Like technically, it's Mythos Tales and Not Alone.
Not long.
Though if you told me the Mythos Tales didn't count, I'd say Rebellion.
Wow, Rebellion.
It's a good game.
Why wouldn't it count?
Well, Mythos Tales isn't really a game. It's just like
Yeah.
it's
a puzzle.
yeah, it's a puzzle, and it's just but they're really, yeah, they're really odd and strange and out there and the thing is they'll never make another thing like that. Well, I should say that. I could see Jason getting a wild hair up his butt and making a
I
sequel.
think there's going to be a new Sherlock Holmes consulting detective with new updated puzzles.
Yeah, that's like they're focusing on Jack the Ripper, right, or something like that.
I'm getting that.
It's an expansion.
Yeah.
I have only played one Sherlock Holmes consulting detective, but man, it's tricky.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like it's very like subtle. Like you have to really look at everything.
Two weird things that
I don't know if I think the scoring system does it as disservice.
So
yeah,
I don't worry about the score.
Yeah, just worry about getting it right.
Yeah.
Two weird things recently. I guess like just random things. One's a video game that like a buddy of mine played, and he said you gotta play this. If you have a PlayStation, you can download it for free, and it's called Let It Die is what it's called. It is so weird. It is just I don't even know how to explain it. It's like not only does it have like okay, so basically at its core it's a very bloody, mature hack and slash type game where basically your guy your avatar or whatever gets off this train and goes into this giant tower where he has to kill his way all the way up to the top to win. But it's really, really tough. So like a game like it's tough, like Dark Souls and stuff like that. So you're going to die. And so one of the things is that there's and I can't go into it too much because it's really weird and hard to explain. But you're going to die, so you have to kind of like the way they're going to make money off of it is like you can purchase but it's also like breaks the fourth wall. So it's like, oh, you're actually playing this game in a video arcade. So it's like, oh, do you want to put in another quarter basically to play it, keep playing kind of thing. But then you're playing the game again. So it's like, so it has some like weird fourth wall elements. There's this like crazy Grim Reaper that skateboards around and has like a hockey stick that he decapitates people with that like talks to you and calls him. He says, "I'm your Uncle Death." And he sends you emails and gives you hints and stuff. So yeah, it's like extremely out there. But yeah, you can download it for nothing and play it. So if you have a PlayStation, and I think you can get it off Steam too. I think you might be able to play it online too, like on a PC. But
I think it's only PS4.
It is only PS4.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you have a PS4, I would say check that out if you want to just play something really weird.
It is very twisted.
It is. It's extremely.
I don't know. I haven't put much time into it because I've been trying to finish Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I've leveled up. I've leveled up one of my people because you get to play like okay. So one of the things about the game is that if your character dies, you can pay a bunch of coins to resurrect them, or you can let them be dead and basically they get resurrected as this zombie that like can pollute other people's games and try to kill them. And if that zombie kills other people that are playing, you get points, you get money, you get rewards for that thing killing them. And as soon as somebody actually kills your thing, your guy that died, then he comes back to your freezer and you can resurrect him for nothing. You can play him again. So you can either pay a bunch of in-game money to like, bring him back yourself, or you can just play another character for a while until somebody finds your character and kills them. So you have 3 different characters, and so you kind of bounce back and forth between all 3 of them, and you like you kind of there's a progression to it, and there's like a skill tree to it, and all those other things, and yeah, it's extremely bloody, and it is not something you play in front of your children, but it's definitely kept my interests, and like I said, it cost me nothing. So,
That's fair.
and like they give you
can
and every
put
day
money into it to buy the resurrection insurance.
Yeah, you can buy the
Right.
resurrection insurance, and also you can. And then if you buy the resurrection insurance, you get access to the golden elevators, which will let you skip a lot of areas instead of having to slog through them.
But you can definitely get a lot of play out of it for free.
Yeah, definitely. And then I started watching. I hadn't watched a single episode of it yet. I started watching Penny Dreadful, and
That was a good series.
and what?
It was a good series.
I'm only
last season.
Yeah, I didn't finish the last season either. It was just because
First
of
2 were
time.
good. The last one, I got through like the first 2 episodes, and it just felt like a completely different series to me.
Hey, how cool, Anthony! I didn't know that you sent Barry a T-shirt. That was really nice of Barry to wear it on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a Secret Cabal T-shirt. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, your review of Adrenaline's going to be a little shaky. Chris left early yesterday.
Ooh, Adrenaline. Maybe I like that one for my second half.
I do like it. I played it again last night.
It's hard to boil the year down to 2 games. I mean, there's a lot more than this too.
Yeah, Adrenaline was fun, but I mean, it just didn't. I love the
I
tension.
think it's a
moments and
one-trick
not-
pony. Yeah.
I don't have time to sit around all day like Lance doesn't play games.
Like not alone and trying to guess where people are going and trying to guess where people are what they're doing. All right, so Steph, this is the second game that we play, and this is called Initials. Is actually the one that's giving the initials tonight, and Anthony will win. So just resign yourself to that because he is supernatural with his knowledge of random trivia. The basics of this game is that David is going to give us initials like AS or ZM or whatever, and he's going to give us, what do you have for us? 15.
15.
Yeah, he's going to give us 15 things, people, places, things, sayings, whatever, that are going to have those initials. And he's going to read off 5 clues for each thing. He'll read off a clue, he'll read off another clue, and so on and so forth.
Such as, like, if I gave you the initials AA and I said his nickname is better known as an Avenger.
Better. AA.
That might be a little old for you. Sorry.
No, here, how about this? The initials are DL, and I said the clue is hack board game video reviewer who has the best hair in the business.
Oh,
David
Barry,
Lowery.
Dave Lowry.
You would say David Lowery, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, but once again, your buzzer is your name. You have to
Nobody
say
got
Steph.
Alan Alda? What's wrong with you people?
What?
Again, before our time.
Before, yes. Nobody knows. However, what did I just see that had Alan Alda in it? He was really good.
What? Who?
Ooh.
Mash?
He was on a TV series for a while.
Wow.
Oh, I just watched. Okay, so there's this show, and then somebody said I should really watch it, and I said, okay, fine, I'll watch it, and it's on Hulu. So it's a really weird thing. Let me get the name because I'm not gonna know what it is. And this, I would say it's worth maybe watching, but it also is really, really depressing. Hold on, I will. let me find. It was on TV and it's on Hulu. Well, actually, no, it's like a web series that Louis C.K. and
Horace and Pete.
Yeah, Horace and Pete. There you go. It is. Alan Alda plays like their what would be irascible, I guess would be a good word for him. Like bartender uncle or whatever. And yeah, I saw that. And yeah, no. It's tough to watch because it's really about just people that are having horrible lives. And yeah. But worth watching once, I guess, is what I'd say. Did Aldi leave?
Take a break.
I'm back.
All right. So whenever you're ready, David, for if you have guesses as to who will win and how many correct they will get, you send those to Anthony at secretgabal.com. No, tweet them to a Gateway Gamer.
I told them to tweet them at me because they've been doing it.
All right, fine. You can tweet to Anthony then. Anthony, give me your Twitter.
I did. It's in the chat.
Oh, okay. What are you drinking there, Barry?
Sweet tea.
Oh, okay. It looked like a big giant jug of something.
We went to McDonald's.
Pigs.
There you go. All right. I am psyched. I'm ready. Maybe I can beat Anthony this time. I won't, but
No.
That chance.
yeah.
We need the actual initials in a couple of minutes to jot stuff down.
Oh, yes.
You ready?
So, David, why don't you go ahead and give us initials, and then we can scribble furiously.
RR.
Oh,
R.
Okay.
Write down any immediate RR answers you can think of,
I need paper.
like Britney Spears.
Britney Spears is not
Take a picture.
RR. You.
Oh,
you
my fault entirely.
It's only if you have. Oh, Steph left, by the way. Just hold up.
Yeah, okay.
Just,
Who is Stephanie? I don't think we've met.
Hi.
She is part of the TMG
she's back.
family.
Okay.
She is our Instagram lady.
Ah, I'd hate to be you.
Oh,
She's a board game
You'll
blogger as
like
well
that.
on BGG.
Yeah, she is
Photographer.
more than just an Instagram lady.
Photographer.
she has. Go check out her photographs. Where can hey, Steph? Where could somebody see your photographs if they wanted to go and check them out?
Mostly BGG. PUNKIN 312 is my username.
And
Excellent.
subscribe to your blog.
But the blog, I should be on the hot
Yeah,
blog.
you're always on the hot.
There's a hot blog.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And Steph also owns 3 of my old games.
What do you say?
She owns 3 games that I used to own.
Oh, okay.
Is Anthony crackling for anybody
Yeah,
else?
True.
Mike needs
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I say we get-
that'll be for losing.
I see we got a lot together. Get Anthony a new laptop.
Yeah.
Is that
Hey.
better?
Scott, can't you peel off some of that $70 million and just buy him a better laptop?
We only need like 4 or
I've been
5
buying
bucks.
laptops all week, man. Like Eric Martin spilled water on his laptop last night. It's gone.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
dead. It's gone.
That sucks.
It's a MacBook Pro too.
Ooh.
Not a new one, but like not that old.
You know, you could go to Best Buy and buy like a $400 laptop. It would have a better mic than what Anthony has.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's the mic. I think it's the processing just can't handle it.
I don't know. Yeah, like it's.
My
I know
old
that
computer is-
that sounds like the Logitech headset bug to me, but maybe it's.
It's not. I don't have the
I
Logitech.
don't
headset.
Logitech headset. Yeah, it's something similar.
Hey, hold on.
Was I supposed to write down these answers?
No,
Well, this
you
is just so you can have ideas, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Dave's gonna
I've
ask some clues and what to guess at who
only
it is.
written down one name, so I can't think of anything.
I thought it too.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, well, your voice isn't.
Reboot. You need a reboot.
No, I'm not rebooting.
No, okay. Well, I was saying we need an advantage.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. Maybe we won't hear you.
I'm not rebooting.
How do you follow this crap?
Hey, look what my wife got me for. She got me. She said this looks like you. She got me this for Christmas.
I just subscribed to you, Steph.
Oh, yay, thanks.
She's like, I opened up a gift and she's like, yeah, I got this because it looks like you. I was like, oh, thanks. I was like, I don't wear my hat like this, and she said you do it all the time. Like apparently I wear my hats like this a lot, where like they're right down here. I don't know.
You just need a taller one.
Yeah, I like this guy. He looks hardcore. He reminds me of the old Wizards movie. If you guys remember that.
What was that comic with the wizards?
Wizard of Id?
Wizard of Id, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Do you think Amnesty International ever sent them a letter whenever there was like somebody being tortured? Because like Gary Larson said that whenever he did any one panel comic that had like anybody, you know, like with a torturer or an executioner or anything like that, he'd get a letter from Amnesty International saying that you can't make jokes about things that happen in the world, and then they asked him to stop doing it. And then like he said, he wrote back a letter to them asking them if they sent them to Wizard of Id, because Wizard of Id like had it in every other
right.
panel basically.
Two guys hanging. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess Gary Larson had that, two guys hanging from the wall with their hands in shackles or whatever.
But
okay.
All right.
I've got nothing.
All right, ready?
Let's go. Let's do this.
All right. I made my debut in March 1978.
Keep going.
Want to make sure everybody had a chance to think.
There's 15 of these. Let's speed things up a little bit here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're telling somebody to speed it up.
Al Milgram.
Oh, I can't. Would you be quiet? I'm trying to listen to the man talk.
Repeat that, Dave, please.
I was created. Shut up. I was created by Jerry Conway and Al Milgram.
Lance.
Go ahead.
Rocket Raccoon.
Nope.
Thanks for the answer, though.
Shut up.
I was caught in a nuclear accident in high school.
It's RR, right?
RR.
Okay.
Banter between my dual identities was a hallmark of my series. Lance still doesn't have it.
I got a better idea now.
Final clue. I was killed in a miniseries when I was impaled by a magical sword, resulting in the rupturing of my containment field.
Oh, I can see the. I can see the panel too. I can see.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready?
No, I got nothing.
All right. Ronnie Raymond.
Yes. God dang it.
Firestorm
David gets
the
one.
Nuclear.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, neither right.
Yep. I couldn't.
Firestorm?
I knew it was Firestorm. I just couldn't think of it. Because he had the mind of the scientist in his head.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a comic book.
Yeah. Firestorm.
Firestorm. He had like
Firestorm.
he was like supremely powerful. Like he could change. Like,
Is this a Marvel or DC book?
it was a DC book. He could change like the molecular structure of things. It was yeah.
Okay.
He was one of the most powerful people in the planet.
Then they kind of ruined him.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
All
did.
right, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, next one. I was born November 23rd, 1960 in Tuskegee, Alabama. I was a pilot with the Tuskegee Airmen. I became well known for my catchphrase, "Go on with your bad self."
Anthony.
Anthony?
Robin Roberts.
Anthony?
Robin Roberts.
He guessed Robin Roberts. Can you hear him?
No, I can't hear him. That's
Yeah.
a guess? That's correct.
Actually, that was my guess. Lance, Robin
Go on
Roberts.
with your bad self. What are the rest of the clues?
I was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. In 2015, was named by Equality Forum as one of the 31 icons of the 2015 LGBT History Month. And then if you couldn't get that, I was going to give you a softballer of I've been the co-anchor on Good Morning America since May 9th, 2005.
Oh.
I could have said ESPN, but that would have been too easy. All right. Next.
How you doing, Steph?
For Anthony, it would have been easy.
I don't know these things.
Don't worry, I don't either.
Join the club, yeah.
I was born September 12th, 1956 in Norfolk County, Virginia. I made my debut in North Carolina in 1975 with the number 10. I went full-time in 1977 with the number 22 and won Rookie of the Year. I retired in 2007 and was inducted into the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame that same year.
Anthony. Ricky Rudd.
Go ahead. Correct.
Ricky Rudd.
Yep. Got it.
I'm with you, Steph. I don't know.
I was lost on that one too. So
NASCAR.
I'm trying to make it so Anthony can't get him within the first half a sentence.
well, I don't know anything about NASCAR, so I had no shot.
Well, you're in luck. That was the only one. I made my debut in September 1953. I debuted a new show in 1980 with a popular mystery-solving dog.
What?
I had a facelift in 2011. My best friends are my maid and butler.
Barry.
Barry.
Richie Rich.
That's right.
I didn't think he was that old. I didn't think 56.
I used to love those comics.
53.
Yeah,
53.
facelifts.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that old. Yeah, they modernized him.
I thought that would have been the easiest one out of all of them.
I think,
All right,
the
Barry's got
the
one.
facelift.
I just remember how ridiculous it was that he had those like two kids that were super poor that he was really good friends with, and like their parents were too proud to take money or something. But it's like, why wouldn't he just give them like jobs then? It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna give your parents like jobs in my corporation where they can work and do stuff, and I'll pay them a better wage. I mean, as a kid, even I thought that was dumb.
Yeah.
He had that Dalmatian called Dollar.
Yeah.
I was released on August 17th, 2001.
From prison?
I was nominated for a stinker
Anthony.
in 2001. Anthony.
Oh wait, that's not it.
What?
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I'm out.
I'll repeat that clue. I was nominated for a stinker in 2001. Yes, Kabuki Kid, I did say her father was in the Tuskegee Airmen. All right. 563 miles, 9 people, 2,000,001 problems.
What the hell?
A character is loosely based on real estate mogul and now President-elect Donald Trump.
Okay.
The actor who plays Mr. Beam has a role in this film.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Steph. Maybe.
Go, Steph. What?
Is it Rat Race?
Yes.
Woo!
And I
We
thought
were talking about Rat
sure.
Race earlier.
Yes, we
We
were talking
were.
about it earlier. I thought for sure you were going to get that right away. Good job.
Well,
Way to stick it to him right in the face. I mean, we were literally talking about that film 2 hours ago.
mm-hmm.
Somehow
I
he brought
wasn't
that up
able-
all by himself. It's almost like he was typed into my computer or something.
No, maybe.
Well, I love Mr. Bean,
All right.
so.
There you go. All right. You have spent days wondering about precious loot. Ivory, purple, and blue. Oh my. I made my debut in 2013. I feature a professor, an explorer, an heiress, and an army captain. I am designed by Matthew Dunstan.
Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2.
Anthony.
Go, Anthony.
Relic Runners.
That's
I
right.
just thought of it. I just thought of it when Anthony said his name too. Damn it!
Yep.
Never heard of it.
Really?
Days of Wonder.
It's a good.
All
game,
right, way to
actually.
pull that one out.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
I'm like, man, that's like the most obtuse way to describe Relic Runners.
I pulled it straight off of their advertising.
Really,
Mhm.
the purple jade or what was it, ivory? And
Well, I added the oh my,
yeah,
but
the
yeah.
oh my threw me off. Like, oh.
Like I said, that one I figured that one was going to be too easy, so I messed with it just a hair.
Mm.
All right, I was born December 6, 1956, in Santa Monica, California. I began studying my craft at the age of 7. I am well known for my polka dots.
Anthony. Randy Rhodes.
I died. Huh?
Anthony said Randy Rhodes.
Yeah, he said it, but he didn't say his name.
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, well, you got to fix your thing. I can't hear half of what you're saying.
Lance,
Yes, it is Randy
Rhodes.
It is. Anthony got it. It's Randy Rhodes. That was a guitar player for
Was
Ozzy
he known
Osbourne.
for
Yeah.
He was known for polka dots.
Yeah,
His guitar had polka dots all over
he
it.
started that back in his quiet. Well, no, even back in his Quiet Riot days, he always wore polka dot bow tie and vest and shit like that.
I'd like the record show that none of I've written down 6 things and I haven't had a single one of them come up. So I'm very upset with this.
I don't know how you guys would have figured Randy Rhodes was me. I mean, come on. Guitar player.
Let's go. Let's move on. Let's move on. I got 0 points to score here. Let's go.
Yeah, same here.
That's not a shock.
Brr.
Born September 17th, 1953 in Miami, Florida. I have appeared in several Broadway shows as a dancer. I have appeared on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson many, many times. I have recorded several award-winning comedy specials.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Rita Rudner.
Correct. Correct.
If you say so.
By the way, she is the longest running solo comedy show in Las Vegas history.
Let's go see her next time I'm there.
All right. Born October 20th, 1950 in Mexia, Texas. I attended both Texas Christian University and the University of Tulsa, where I played both wide receiver and defensive end. I was selected in the 10th round of the 1974 NFL Draft, 236th overall. I have served under 13 NFL head coaches, with one being Mike Holmgren twice. I have 5 Super Bowl rings as an assistant head coach.
Oh.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Ray Rhodes.
That's correct.
God damn it.
I softballed that one for you, Lance. Come on.
Just shut up.
All right. I made my debut in the summer of 1976. I'm an expert marksman and master tactician.
Lance.
Lance.
Rocket Raccoon.
Correct.
Thank you.
You happy now?
Yes, I am happy.
Okay.
I would have been more upset if somebody had stolen that from me. Yes.
You mean
Yeah,
like they did Rat Race?
the coolest thing. Yeah, shut up. The coolest thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is that you really can't tell it's Bradley Cooper doing his voice.
Right.
You get
No,
hints
you
of it
can't.
every once
Yeah.
in a while, but like for the most part, it's pretty much him just creating a voice, which
Yeah,
I think is cool.
Very cool. All right, let's see here. Moving on.
What number are we on?
Shit, I don't know. I'm doing these out of order.
I think 11 or 12.
Oh, this question.
I think that was number 15, right? We're done.
Yeah.
3,
Anthony 6, 7, 8,
4.
I think
9.
I've heard of like one thing on this list.
4 more.
Yeah, we're on 11.
4 more.
I was born February 1st, 1987 in Riverside, California. For the first 6 years of my life, I struggled with apraxia, a neurological childhood speech sound disorder.
Anthony. I'm taking a guess here because I know you love her. Ronda Rousey.
What?
Ronda Rousey? Rousey? Is that what you pronounce her name?
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh my god. I know David likes her. So.
Fighting this Friday night, by the way.
You're fighting her.
was
You're
done.
probably gonna lose.
I probably would lose that one. All right. I made my debut in 1999. I am not a movie starring Denzel Washington. Brain burn is your reality. I'm the brainchild of Alex Randolph.
Aldi. Ricochet Robot.
Correct.
Excuse me.
Ooh.
Correct.
That one. I consider it an accomplishment.
Oh yeah, totally. Yes, I got one. Now I can relax.
I was
It's not a
born
movie
July
starring
9th.
Denzel Washington.
What?
Go ahead, sorry. It's not a
He was in
movie.
Ricochet.
Oh,
He had a movie
Ricochet.
called Ricochet. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was born July 9th, 1942 in New Rochelle, New York. I was diagnosed with male breast cancer in 1993 and underwent a double
Anthony.
mastectomy. Anthony.
Richard Roundtree.
Correct.
Who is Richard Roundtree?
What?
Shaft.
Never heard of him.
Shaft.
Hush your mouth.
Still never
Watch
heard
him.
of it.
I can dig it. He's complicated.
What?
Man.
If you saw him, you know who he is.
No
He's
one
been-
understands him but his woman.
Did you see Speed
John
Racer?
Shaft.
Say what?
Did you see Speed Racer?
Speed Racer. The cartoon?
The movie.
No, I never saw it.
Aw.
Should I watch that movie? Lincoln
No.
loves that movie.
No.
It's Wachowski brother. Wachowski's movie.
Yes, it might have been the Wachowski brothers at that time.
Yeah. No.
All right, last one.
No, say it isn't so.
Lance has a shot here.
Yeah, I got one.
I was born February 17th, 1954 in Burbank, California.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Richard Roper. He's not that old.
What's your guess?
Richard Roper.
You said Richard Roper.
The Ropers? No.
No.
I was discovered in 1972 at a Rolling Stones concert, which led to a popular modeling career.
I'm out.
I made my feature film debut in 1989 in the film Major League.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Rene Russo.
Quick Googling.
Rene Russo.
He heard you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Really? Wasn't she in Lethal Weapon before then?
No, she was in it, but way after that.
Yeah, that was after Major League.
She did Lethal Weapon 3 and 4. But I wasn't going to mention that because I thought Major League was a dead giveaway.
I was hoping
And
for
then I was
Rebel
going to
Rebel.
talk about she was in the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Where's my Radio Raheem?
And then I was going to do, well,
Where's my
I didn't
Ricky
do that.
Ricardo?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got like a list of 30 more on here I was going to do, but I can only do 15.
Where's my
The
Razor
Rick Rude,
Ramon?
The Rich Robert Reeds, the Reed
got Rick
Richards,
Rude?
Bobby
Where's Rick
Redford,
Rude?
Ruby Rose, Rudy Rudiger.
Ryan
You know it.
Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds?
Roger Rabbit.
Yes, that's a.
Yes, they're all on there. Richie Ramone from the Ramones, they're all on there. Ray Romano,
Anthony
Ray Rice,
with,
Rachel Ray, Roy
73
Rogers.
he
Come
wins.
on.
Anthony with 73 wins.
What was the final score? 9? 9 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.
Yeah.
Everybody
I
gets
think-
it.
Roadrunner,
I
yep.
think
Kabuki
Anthony
Kid
should
got
just
Roadrunner.
Anthony
I
should
have
do it
Roadrunner
every
on
week
my
from
list.
now on. I think Anthony should just be in charge of it every week.
Where's the fun in that?
Well, it's
Oh, I get it last week, and you bitched and moaned about it the whole time.
well, it's because you were like, what you didn't remember the 3rd commandant in charge of the 2nd Battalion of Napoleon's Last Stand?
It was
How did you
nothing
not
like-
know that it wasn't that?
There was none of that stuff.
Yes, it was.
I'll do it next week, and I'll make sure that it's like simple. I'll run it past
I could've made it more
my
simple than that.
kindergarten aged niece and nephew. All right.
I put a Scooby-Doo clue in there. Everybody knows I like Scooby-Doo. Randy Rhodes was in there. I put in 2 softball sports questions in there. Come on.
The Ronda Rousey was a good. So you just said RR. I'm like Ronda Rousey better be on this list somewhere.
I couldn't have made it any freaking easier.
Well, plus I don't think it was really fair because
That's
Anthony's
relative.
microphone wasn't working correctly. So and plus
That's a DQ. It's a DQ.
yeah, it's totally. And plus we can't see him, so for all we know, he's googling. So
Yes, I'm googling.
yes, so
Anthony,
Everyone versus Anthony.
your mic is messed up.
so
All right,
I-
so wait. We'll do this. Someone else hosts it, and we'll do the crowd against Anthony.
Yeah,
So everyone's collective score against me.
right.
so what you'd win 9-4. We've done this. It's like
We
Yeah,
gotta
it's
get
like
more people in the chat.
The chat's too slow.
Yeah, they're lagged.
Yeah, they got a lag. Yeah.
And Kabuki Kid won't ever come on screen with us, so
I'll run it next week.
yeah, you will. Yeah, I don't know. I should have had Rat Race. I blanked on it. Totally blanked on it.
yeah, I was thinking about using a different one instead of that one, but I thought no, I'm gonna stop all that one out there for you because you'd already mentioned it.
Oh, you know, when you say things like that, it's like it's just grinding it in. You know, it's like, yeah, stupid. You couldn't get it even with that easy one. You're
Well,
so
how odd is
stupid.
it though? You would pick that specific movie to talk about today.
There's no such thing as coincidence. So, you know what they say.
Out of all the initials, you picked Rat Race.
Well, we just started talking about Mad World, which is a great movie.
Mm-hmm. And that was going to be one of my clues,
Oh, well, there you go.
but I had to switch it up.
So what's the deal? Okay, so I thought. So what's the deal? You have a handful of stars, the pre-order Martin Wallace game at the Board Game Geek store, right?
Talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're running pre-orders
So
for the game.
I thought he wasn't making, he wasn't publishing games anymore.
This is the last one. This is the final Tree Frog. Yeah. And he's not doing Kickstarter because he just, that's take a good chunk of money out of it.
So what, he's just going through certain
I
distributors?
haven't played the game yet. I've only looked at it, but it looks pretty. It's based on the Mythotopia, Few Acres of Snow system.
Oh well, so is it better than Mythotopia?
I haven't
Because
played it.
Mythotopia was unplayable
No, but-
with 3 players, and it wasn't very fun with 2. You had to have 4.
It was bad.
It was.
With
You
3?
had to have 4 people. I mean, it was just because if with 3 people, 2 people would be beating up on each other because they'd be fighting over one little spot of land.
Yeah.
And then the third person could just,
Run in.
run around and do whatever the hell they want. And but you couldn't. It was like a game of chicken. Like, oh, you better go stop him. Oh, you better go stop him. It was
I
just
only played with 4 players, so I don't know. I mean,
yeah. With 3
The
players,
game-
the game just didn't work.
but playing it just a couple times doesn't really. It's weird. It's a weird game. There's so much variety to it. Like you can't see all the things that it does because just the randomness of the setup.
Yeah, I don't know. So it is what it is.
Nobody won, by the way.
Whatever says that when it's a good thing.
Nobody won.
That is correct. Nobody won. And I just checked Amazon, and they will give you $6 to take a copy of Dark, Dark, and Darkest.
They will give you $6. Is it down to $6 now?
No, they'll give you $6. It's negative $6.
Oh, they'll give you $6. They'll pay you to take it. I mean, here's the thing with Amazon fulfillment. I don't know if that's the situation here. They charge you a lot of money to hold games.
This is exactly what it is.
Yeah. Somebody else was talking about that recently. I forget who it was.
Yeah, if games aren't moving or whatever is not moving out of their storage system, it's not a storage system; it's a selling system, right? So if things aren't going, you get a huge upcharge.
There was that Kickstarter where they actually had to destroy like 3/4 of their stock after they made the game because they couldn't afford to pay Amazon anymore.
Oh, which one was that? Yeah. I read about that. The political.
Yeah.
Or something. Not political. Some political.
Yeah, they couldn't afford to keep storing them, so they just told them throw them away.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a weird story. So, what other games of the year, everybody?
No.
That's a good question.
I have a top 10 somewhere.
Yeah, I really don't.
Let me look at my list here.
Did
written down
Ascendancy come
somewhere.
out this year?
Which one?
Ascendancy? Yeah.
Yeah,
I really
Star
like,
Trek Ascendancy.
yeah, I really like Ascendancy.
I haven't played that one yet. I have it. I just haven't gotten it to the table yet.
How long does that game take?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
I got the map. I got the big table mat the other day, so I'm looking forward to getting that out.
That thing is huge.
Yeah, it is. I bought it on accident.
Oh, Manchester Madness. Well, no, that's a reprint. I don't.
Yeah.
I do like the second edition a lot, though.
Did anyone
Jumped out
try Docmus?
No,
No.
It was really good. I really
that
liked
was
it.
like Douglas Morris told me about that game at BGG-Con. He said it was really great.
Yeah, if you like abstracts, it's a really good one, and I really liked it. So, moving boards.
I think are we cutting into Steph's game time?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
What is it? 2-player or 4? Is it multiplayer?
Yeah, 2 to 4, I believe.
2 to 4. Okay.
It's actually better with more people.
Yeah, probably.
It's
A
the
lot of
weirdest
blocking.
name. Darkness.
It's the game that Kingdom Builder should have been.
Really? I love Kingdom
You
Builder.
should actually make decisions in it.
There's decisions in Kingdom Builder.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to agree
There's
with
two.
Anthony there.
The decision in Kingdom Builder is whether you're going to
Whether
play
or not
it
you're going to play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw that coming. Oh yeah, okay. This looks pretty nice. I'm gonna have to go down the library and grab it.
Yeah.
See what
It's not a long game, though. Not like Colonist that will eat up your day. But
I liked Mix versus Minions. I haven't finished the campaign, but it's been quite enjoyable.
Yeah, I have that one. I haven't
I
played.
think I talked about that last week.
I like Star Trek Frontiers too, even though it was just really a repeat.
Yeah, I know. I played that, and I felt. I mean, it is Mage Knight, but it also there's some kind of weird. The graphic design on it is not awesome.
It's WizKid.
It's hard to see stuff on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Like you're like, oh, these tiny little symbols, like microscopic symbols on the chits. Very frustrating.
But it does play a hair smoother than Mage Knight, I think.
Okay.
I liked it. I never played Mage Knight. I did like it, but I've only played it solo. I wanted to see how it played with more people. Because I heard Mage Knight really, that really hurt Mage Knight. That was more of a solo game to begin with, you know.
I think people, the way that you had to spin the cards or something like that kind of pissed people off, but I liked it.
Why would that piss people off?
What about Santorini? That's a good little game.
It is a very good game. It's very clever. And that was one, from what I understand, it kind of like languished for a while in like getting from, it kind of like got bounced around. I mean, like the designer had it and then like wanted to publish it, and then like he couldn't get people interested. It was like something that people thought I might be wrong here. I just but my understanding was that it kind of like it bounced around a bit before it finally found a home with Gavin over at Roxley. So,
Yeah.
which is weird because it's just a really really clever game, and
I had a copy of it, like a print and play forever.
yeah,
It was a
exactly.
print and play with pieces of wood. Like someone had made like deluxe versions, and I bought one.
Right. Well, that's the thing, Lance. You got that's a big cost to undertake to build that board.
That's true.
You know, I really liked Clank. Anybody play Clank?
Didn't get a chance to play it.
I played it once at BGG-Con, and I could see why people liked it. I mean, I was just kind of like, but I don't know. It's one of those also where it's like, well, it was still kind of deck building. It had a very cool board. I'll give it that, I guess. I don't know.
Clank is one of those games like Vast that it seems interesting, but I have no desire to play it.
Yeah, it was good to play once.
A lot of people were
I felt there's so many.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of good games this year that are definitely.
There was a lot of good games this year.
Did anybody play New Angeles yet?
Nope, sold out. I can't get it.
It's sold out?
Well,
Fantasy
from my
Flight.
distributor, it is.
Oh, okay.
I had a chance to play, but I didn't. At the Beer Mongers a couple weeks ago. Them guys enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's well, I mean, the beer mongers when Anthony invites you over to the Secret Cabal or whatever. Or...
Yeah. Usually Jamie sends the invite, but okay.
Yeah.
Yokohama was a good 2016 release too.
Yeah, that's in my top 10.
Yeah, the
What?
2 people who got it in Japan.
Yeah.
What game?
Yokohama is
Yokohama.
amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was a good game. But
When's it actually coming out, Lance?
Well,
States.
it's. I'm going to look at the production thing.
I think it's March, right?
Yeah, we're shooting for March. I'm going to see if it. I don't think we moved it at all on our. You have access to that stuff, don't you, Steph? The production chart.
Wow. Insider.
Maybe.
I
You have the, you have the
doesn't
link
have a
though,
need
right?
for it, Lance.
Well, no, maybe. I don't want to like presume, but
I usually just ask.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the lean kit here and look where Yokohama is sitting.
While you're doing that, has anybody played London Dread yet?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, did you get the full rules?
Yes.
Yeah, are the full rules out now? I think they are.
What was
Oh, did
London?
they change the rules?
Well, the original rulebook was missing a big chunk of rules.
It's just a whole paragraph.
Like the ending or something?
Yeah, the end game was missing a setup phase, like where, and kind of describing of how it played. Like we played it completely wrong.
it was a very unfortunate situation.
The whole gameplay was really nice until the very end where you roll dice and you win or lose.
Yeah, there was that too.
It's
So I.
What rule we got
one
wrong
of
was
those games that it really depends on the people you're playing with, and if they can't comprehend the move mechanic and try to pre-program their moves, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Yokohama is in the last stage of pre-press. We have to okay the final bits of art and also okay the final like wooden bits and what have you. Last time I heard, I think we were like checking the screening, the silk screen on the wooden bits that were getting the silk screen treatment. If I remember the last conversation about it, but if that's the case, then hopefully January it goes into production. So then maybe end of January, early February, it's done. And then it gets on the slow boat, and then it gets over to us. So I guess we'd probably hope for March, but I'm thinking, shut up. I mean,
that's the way things go.
I think we'd really love for it. Like if we could have copies of it, like if we could have our deluxe copies, our extra deluxe copies to sell at Origins. I mean, that's kind of like just to make sure we have those. Because I think the people that did not go and get the deluxe version, the deluxeification, if you will. And June we'll have it by then, obviously, but unless something really weird happens. But yeah, like, yeah. The deluxeification on this one is just so over the top. It's just, I mean, Orleans obviously it had a lot of extra wood and what have you, but this one, everybody that didn't, they're going to see their like retail. And I mean, admittedly, there's going to be people that don't care, but in my humble opinion, people are going to be like, "Oh, I should have just paid the extra $20," which most people did.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm sure they did.
And yeah, it's going to be. I mean, like basically, like all of that stuff or whatever, and you know, all the tokens and everything. It's going to be It doesn't hurt that the game's really good too.
It is.
Lance, you sent out the review copies, right? For games, your games.
You-
Do most reviewers want like a deluxe version, or do they want the retail version?
Well, we won't send deluxe versions out.
Okay.
We don't do that.
Yeah, that would be expensive.
This is not even. It's not even that it's not expensive. It's just we don't want to send like a reviewer a copy of something that's like, oh, and look at all these
If they
awesome
want it,
components
right.
that you can't get, you know, in the other one. You know, I mean, we don't want to do that. So, you know, we will just send those out. I mean, if somebody pays for their thing or whatever, and then it rolls through or what have you, then all well and good, right? I mean,
Right.
then this is my copy that I backed on Kickstarter, and it's pretty amazing. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, and Adam, our layout guy and art guy, he did such an amazing job with just basically cleaning up the look of it a great deal, you know, and just to make it make everything kind of flow better, and it was just this. I'm really excited, really excited to see
Did
this.
they change the scoreboard? I remember I didn't like that.
Well, I didn't like.
I think that was the only thing. The graphic and all that really didn't bother me, but
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that'll be. We're all very excited about it. Michael is very excited about the fact that the mini meeples that we're on in Guilds of London
Mhm.
will be the assistant cubes in the in the game.
yeah.
So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so like if you backed it at the and only this is the hilarious thing is 15 people backed it at the Yokohama Basic. Like nobody backed it at Basic. They all upgraded to $60 to get the deluxe, and it's like all metal coins.
Great profit margin there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
metal
really.
coins.
Nice.
All the storehouses are wood. All the trading houses are wood. All the resources are wood. So basically, you're replacing all the cardboard, and what you see, you just count this up, 140, 100, and you're basically, yeah, you're getting like 140 wooden pieces and just under 70 metal coins. You know, that sucker's gonna weigh so much. But yeah, excited to see that one. I don't know.
Imhotep is on my top 10.
Why?
I haven't.
I love Imhotep. And what do you mean
I
why?
haven't played that either.
It's great.
I like it just because I can say Imhotep.
That's that boat game, right?
Boats and bricks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stones. You
Boats.
load your stones on. You take two actions. Or no, you do one action. You either put both stones on a ship, sail a ship to a harbor, or fill your sled with stones.
Yeah.
Grab 3 stones, put it on your sled. That's it. It's a game. It's simple.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And you
it's a
score
game.
points. No, it's really great. If you haven't played it, give it a try. It's a family game for sure. I mean, it's
I
but
believe
it's
that you will think it's great.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. What was your biggest surprise game this year? That's always a fun thing to try to answer. Like the game that you wouldn't have given a second glance to, but it like turned out to be really good.
Not alone, I guess.
You know?
Because I saw it going up the charts at Essen, and I was like, "What is this?" No one had ever heard it. Yet no one had heard of it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of. I thought kind of like I was like, "Are they sending people over?" That happens, at conventions where.
How dare they not give
They
me a
stuff
copy?
the ballot box.
I'm Aldi.
No, they don't. But we had them on for demo, and I missed the demo, and then it took me back to BGGCon to see actually, or no, they played it on the live stream that we did for Extra Life,
Yeah.
and I watched them play, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty interesting. And then I played at BGGCon, I loved it. So that was the biggest surprise for me.
I just want to say, I am the Lord of Rock.
That just get delivered.
It did just get delivered. I don't know if he's mailed them out to the backers
backers
yet.
yet?
But
The Mountaineer. Yes, that's a hugely overproduced board.
Yes. I had to buy it because.
Is it a good game though?
Yeah, it's you're filling your orders, you're moving up the mountain all over trying to fill your orders. It's kind of like Ticket to Ride, but not really. So it's easy. So new players could easily pick that up. But the board is awesome. I mean, it's a big tower. It's like,
Yeah. It's an impressive
The
board.
Mountaineer. I had never heard about this.
I haven't either.
yeah, it's,
Well, how
Crazy.
cool is that?
yeah.
I think
Not something I normally would look at, but then it was on a list somewhere, so I went and looked at it at Essen, and it was awesome.
Well, now I have to own this.
Well,
I don't think you can buy it. I think they kickstarted it. But,
it was ridiculously expensive at Essen, so
oh yeah, it was really expensive.
How do you get
Yeah.
a copy of this?
just email him.
Email who?
Massive Games. So Corey Wright is his name. I think he has a website for it.
Is he? Well, he's in Dallas, Oregon. So I mean, I don't have to pay like crazy.
Oh, it's $129. You could buy it on their website. I
Yeah.
thought they did a Kickstarter, but maybe they haven't. Maybe they haven't.
I think he's planning a Kickstarter for a more, smaller, I guess. Mine was, this copy's handmade and a lot of work went into it.
What?
So I think they're gonna do a Kickstarter for it in 2017.
The
I guess you
Mountaineer.
could buy a handmade one for $129.
Customized pieces with my face on it. Yeah, so the board kind of like is like this, and you're like, and the three sides, and you can go up the mountain, and you're trying to fill your orders first.
There's you fill orders in the mountain.
Yeah, so like you want to go on like
You just play on your side, or do you have to like walk around the table and?
no, it spins.
Oh,
Spin.
cool.
So you go from side
It's
to
got
side.
its own like lazy Susan or something, or what?
Yeah, well, it does. It's cardboard, but it works. So.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It plays up to 6, so.
Wow.
That was my surprise.
Wow,
game.
indeed. Well, thank you for letting me know about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed. I don't know if I'm going to spend $130 on it, but
No, I understand.
Come on, Lance. Invest. Sell some of those Jaces you have sitting around.
Oh, what the hell was the name of it? Mine was Robin Lee's game, and I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
I
Baker
picked
Street.
Beyond
Baker Street, yeah, because I really didn't like Yoga or Hanabi. That was probably my biggest surprise game.
That is a decent little game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a surprise game. I haven't played anything that I didn't already know about. Actually, you know what? No, I do have a surprise game. Flem Rouge.
What?
Flem Rouge,
Hmm.
the bike racing game.
I didn't know about that one.
I didn't hear.
Not
Oh
Fle-
yeah,
I
Flama
liked
Rouge.
it.
Flama Rouge.
Papa de Paulo was good too. Oh, Paulo, or
It's
whatever.
pronounced Flem.
It's pronounced phlegm.
Yep, Flem Rouge.
Flame Rouge. Okay.
Means red flag.
Red flag.
I was thinking Red
Okay.
Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bicycle racing
Yep.
game.
It's a race game, so if you like
Race game.
that, then you're good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as surprises.
Okay. A lot of people said
Okay.
Honshu was kind of came out of nowhere.
Haven't played it.
Yeah.
That's the one you lay the
It'll
cards
probably be
over
out
each
next
other,
year.
right? That's the one that you put the cards on top of each other.
Yeah, it's a sort of
Yeah.
trick taking, but actually more like war.
Hmm.
And then you overlay your cards and build a city.
Yeah.
Or a territory or whatever. I heard a lot of people talking about that at BGG Con.
It's
One-
nice.
One on my list.
Good. Yeah. Sorry.
Good stuff.
It takes
Yeah.
the mechanics from Pymal Lumen. Bauman?
Plums.
It makes it worse. I don't remember the name of the Pymal. I have it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's
English version
and
of
it's
the
like
plums.
patch history, and it's like a really good mix between the two.
Oh,
I
cool.
like it.
All right, so one on my list from this year that's probably not on anybody else's list. Liberty or Death.
Yeah.
From GP.
Barry said that it was one of his favorites.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Barry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing game.
Yeah, it is. Have you played any of the other ones?
I've played all the ones that are out.
Okay. I have. That was my first. I have a Distant Plane, but I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah, I've played all 6 of them. So
Yeah, it wasn't as complicated to get into as I thought it was going to be.
no, the fighting mechanic is a little hard.
Yeah, it's a
to
little
wrap
wonky.
around, but other than that, the Cry Havoc's in my top 10.
Did anybody play Sagrada?
Never heard of it.
Oh, that's they're
The
all.
little animals.
No, that's the dice. It's a dice game.
Oh yeah, Sagrada. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Like
about. Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet.
More
no,
people,
it's not out, but I played it at Gen Con, and it was awesome.
Okay.
Energy Empire, as I've said a few times, Energy Empire is a really, really good Euro.
Not me.
I haven't
Project.
played it yet. I have it.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Energy.
all the I knew.
Energy Empire, it's the Manhattan Project family from Minion Games. I mean,
Ah.
Manhattan Project is still, in my opinion, one of the best worker placement games ever.
Yeah.
But they basically the designer who I can't think of right now, Luke something. I don't know. So basically, he came up with this idea of basically an economics worker
Luke
placement.
Hedwitter?
What?
Is that Luke Hedwitter or something like that?
Luke
Well,
Laurie.
I'll look it up so I can know. But I mean,
All right, your
Your
point.
mic is really bad, Anthony.
it is. It's horrible.
I don't know if you can reboot now. Or
You won't. She'll
Or I
just
can
go to
just,
bed.
or I can just leave.
no, we don't want you to leave.
Well, don't speak for everybody.
It's 1 a.m.
Tom Jolly and Luke Laurie.
We still got a couple
Sorry.
more hours.
You're on the East too, Stephanie.
I don't.
Yeah, she's up in New England.
Okay.
She's already playing 2 games already with us tonight.
Good
Yeah, I
thing
know.
Lance's mic is working perfectly, so when he coughs in my ear, I can hear it.
Lance's
perfectly.
mic is crystal clear.
I am.
You can hear
I
those
apologize.
coughs perfectly.
I am on the tail end of like a really bad flu. It was like a weird combination of being like I got a I got one of my teeth, a tooth of mine started bothering me. like need to get work done, but I've already used up my insurance money for the year. So literally, I have to wait until January, and so I went to my dentist, and he just prescribed me some antibiotics, and he said, you probably have an infection. He's like, that's why it hurts, so you need to just take some antibiotics. And I was like, all right. So I had like this tooth that was really bugging me, and so I started taking all these antibiotics, this penicillin basically. But then all of a sudden, I woke up one morning and I just felt awful. I felt absolutely awful, and I like, and my son the same day, like we had on the 26th we had Christmas at my in-laws, and he just started throwing up like nonstop, like all morning, and it was just and I was like, I'll stay home with him because I feel horrible too, and then like literally my wife was like, no, we have to go, so took my son there, so and he cheered up a little bit, when he started opening up presents, so I was happy about that. But man, I've been hurting for like the last 3-4 days, and yeah, I'm still hurting. It's just
Well, it's like -10 below, right?
Well, it's warmed up a little bit since, but I mean,
okay.
it's and being really cold that's not what gets you sick.
That lowers your immunity.
Well, it's actually it's how dry it is, and so what happens is your sinuses all dry out. And so like you get lots of little minute tears and stuff in your nose and all your sinuses. And so it's just basically a breeding ground for bacteria. And that's why you get sick when it's cold. And so what happens is you're outside and it's like just cold and it's dry and you're, and so as you're breathing in, you're basically, cracking up all of the moisture in your nose and your nasal cavity and like that. And then you come inside where it's moist and it's warm, and then like the first thing you're doing is like you're taking off your gloves and you're touching your nose and you're taking off that scarf and it's got all kinds of crud on it too, and then and so then nobody you don't think to wash your hands or your face or anything when you come inside the house, and so then that's you just give all those little microbes the chance to infect you because they have all these little open spots in your nasal cavity. So yeah, there you go. So I get to go to the dentist on January 3rd. Thankfully, my tooth doesn't really hurt anymore, so I'll have to go in and get that taken care of. Looking forward to that. And didn't you have some teeth problem too this last year? I remember one night you said your tooth was just killing you.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than tooth pain. Absolutely nothing worse.
I don't know about that, Lance.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't live in pain every single day of your life like you do, which I'm sorry that you do. But yeah, I don't know. It's man, when you get like I'll say this again to anybody who will listen, take care of your teeth. Just brush and floss and take care of them, because man, when you like get a really bad cavity or something, that's just the worst. And it ain't cheap to take care of either.
No, it's not.
I can't just go sell another advertising block for and to pay for it.
Hey, speaking of not cheap to take care of, hey Seth.
Not cheap to take care of, is that what you said?
Not cheap.
Oh,
to
look at
take
this! Look at this! If we got one more, this would be like the TMG takeover.
We'd have a quorum. We could outvote Anthony.
Yeah, we could.
Well, I'm sponsored by TMG, so I technically am a half a.
Yeah, and
I'm not sponsored by them, but they like my tree.
I
Oh, that
love
was
your
your
tree.
Thanks.
that is true.
That was a great tree.
Yeah, what's your problem, Barry? What's your story? Aldi gets money from us for advertising all the time.
You can't buy me off.
Okay.
I got $5.
Done.
So
All right, I'm going to bed.
Womp
I'm
womp.
pulling up the chat so I can see what
yeah, I
people
might
are
sign
talking
off. Might sign
about. So
off
what
here
were we talking
myself.
about tonight, folks?
Well, I think we were all talking about finishing off. Actually, you just showed up at the very end here. So,
All right, I'm going. Good night. Happy New Year.
happy New Year,
Good job, Anthony.
Anthony. Hey,
Hey.
Anthony, hold on, Anthony.
Yes.
1 second. Did you get your copy of Almon Ray?
Not yet.
I didn't get any copies
All
of Almond Ray. What?
What?
All right. I didn't get any copies of Almond Ray.
Well, talk to Barb. He'll send you one.
But I did play everything. I did play everything that came in the box I got the other day.
And what'd you think?
I need to play Ponzi Scheme with other people.
Yeah.
Teams of Jeff.
I played it with my family, and they just didn't quite get it.
Yeah, you don't play with your family.
Well, not your family.
Yeah, not my family.
But they like Dairyman.
Dairyman's awesome.
Yeah.
So I haven't played Dairyman yet. So scrolling up in the chat, this is weird. I see Cry Havoc was a good one. Daryl Andrews, Scythe.
We're talking about our
hard
favorite
to
games of the
figure
year.
out what that conversation was about.
Yeah, think about it. What do you think? What do you think we're talking about?
Uh,
Scythe and
Best games to play in the bathtub.
well, Cry Havoc and Scythe are both probably on top of people's lists. Oh, and Quadropolis. That we must be talking about games of the year, people's favorite games of the year. But Daryl Andrews right in the middle there. Bam. What's that about?
stuff called that.
Dairyman.
That was Steph's pick for one of her favorite
For
games.
what?
Sagrada.
Game of the year, Daryl
We're
Andrews.
talking about Sagrada.
Oh,
yeah.
Sagrada. Got it.
Like
I mean, that
that one.
makes sense.
Where else but in Dairyman can you roll dice and milk cows and make cheese and
Make ice cream.
make ice cream?
Yes, in New England, we love ice cream all the time.
Yeah, I'm not a
In
big fan of
March,
ice cream.
Roll dice and abduct cows.
That's true. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's like my kids and my wife will like, can you go to Dairy Queen for us? And I'll go to Dairy Queen, and like if I do get something, it's like I'll get a chili dog. You know, but I'm like just
Doesn't it all melt by the time you get home?
I have ice cream. No, there's literally a Dairy Queen like a 2-minute drive from my house. It's like I leave the house,
So
I'm
you
there.
hold the cones and like steer the wheel.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Dipped cones, right?
Well,
like that's the only thing worth
They
getting.
do
there.
actually have a very, very nice compartment thing. And so, like,
Oh,
usually it's a Reese's Blizzard, a chocolate dipped cone, and a hot fudge sundae. And then maybe if I get something like I said, sometimes I get their shrimp basket. That's not bad. Their shrimp basket's okay.
Basket at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'll eat ice cream like maybe twice a year. I
I
don't
eat it daily. I love ice cream.
I just can't. And the thing is, I'm really particular about it. I like rainbow sherbet. That's about it.
That's not ice cream.
Rainbow sherbet.
That's
Well, okay,
different.
fine, an iced treat, if you will. And
I have-
and you gotta eat the rainbow sherbet that is the white, pink, and orange, because it's
Don't have to eat that actually.
orange, raspberry, and pineapple, and it's really, really good, and it's tough to find. Usually, rainbow sherbet is orange, red, and green, and that isn't any good.
Got it.
But if you can find the stuff that is pineapple, raspberry, and orange, it's to die for. There was a I can't. There was like basically like an elitist ice cream store in downtown Fargo that I'd go to every once in a while.
Fargo has downtown.
You get it, yeah.
Fargo has elitist.
No. Like
All
if you,
five
hey,
of you?
no, seriously, everybody right now, if you go into Google right now, and if you type in downtown Fargo, there's gonna be one, and you just type in downtown Fargo, you're gonna see there's gonna be a picture that pops up for Google, and you're gonna see the iconic Fargo Theater, and that's and that is this street that it's basically like this really cool spot where basically there's museums, there's I used to live on that street in an apartment.
There's always snow.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because it's taken.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna
There's
Google that.
basically all the shops that are there are like these really, really like kitschy shops, they have,
Touristy.
yeah, I mean, stuff like that. And it's just like in that picture with the Fargo excuse me, in that picture of the Fargo Theater, like you see that Irish flag over there? That's like this bar called Dempsey's. That's where like my wife and I used like when we first started dating, we went there a lot on dates. The Fargo Theater is it's been there since like 1910, I think. Like the guy who runs it is like a cousin of mine. I mean, it's a really cool place. There's this really cool custom bike shop there. There's a couple good pizzerias. You can actually see one of the pizzerias down there beyond. It's like there's like a little circle there that's like yellow and red. It's called Spicy Pie. It's pretty good. But there anyway. It doesn't exist anymore. The elitist ice cream. They had pineapple sherbet and it was so good. And I get a waffle cone, and then you know how something like the waffle cones are like kind of tiny. These waffle cones are huge. They were like this big around on the end, and they would just it was like $5, but they just fill the whole thing. And to make sure that it didn't melt and drip out the bottom, because they homemade the waffles, and these are like not a flat waffle. This was like a waffle. It was like but it was really really good. It was like a cinnamon waffle, and they put a Whopper on the bottom of it, so the ice cream would melt, but it would get stuck by the Whopper. And so that you get done with the whole thing, and you'd have a nice, really tasty Whopper at the end. It was like,
you fucking lost me there, Lance. Yeah,
it was
and mothballs and sherbet is not ice cream.
It was.
Now, why would you put it in a cone?
It was so good. It was absolutely amazing. And then like I drove downtown, I was like, going to get my pineapple sherbet. I'm going to get my and it was like closed. I just sat there. I was like, what? When? Yeah, it was just, apparently nobody likes elitist stuff.
How do they fit a Whopper in there? Like they smash it down?
No, okay, so you have a waffle. You have a cone, right? Like a funnel.
They take the lettuce off.
And it stops at the end because the hole in the bottom isn't big enough for the Whopper to go through.
Sesame seeds block it.
Yeah.
What is? Oh, she's got it.
Oh, she's got the game there for you, Steph. Oh, wow, you got quite the collection there.
Yeah, she does.
Not a problem.
I brought a copy of Mickey home when I was in Japan with Mikey.
Sticky.
Yeah, how big is the game inside that box? Is it that size game, or is that an oversized box? I was just curious.
I'm pretty sure it's mostly air.
There's a fair amount in there.
No, it's mostly full, I think. I mean, there's room where you can. It'd probably go in the size of.
Like, hey, Steph. Steph, go and like grab. Pull Guilds down, and then just compare the sizes for us.
Okay.
Let's empty a Guilds box out. See if we can fit it all in there.
It's smaller.
Yeah, well, no, it's a little bit. No, it would. I mean, are we talking about just doing a straight port, or are we gonna like change it?
I don't know what we're talking about. I'm just talking about the size.
What are you guys talking about?
We might be bringing Icky over.
I don't know anything about that. I'm just looking at the size.
There's conversations. I should probably just shut up.
Yeah, you probably.
Yeah.
You have to redact this part.
Ponzi scheme size box would be good.
Cool.
Who knows?
I need to sign off, guys.
Seth's got lots of fingers and lots of pies.
You do, Scott?
I do.
Did you get your rebuttal in from last week's conversation, Scott?
What was my rebuttal?
All right, next week.
What?
What was
we were talking about Board Game Geek last week. Scott wasn't here, though.
Oh.
Go off.
Oh.
Next week,
I signed off.
Yeah,
what were we talking
wait till he says he's going to log out and then bring that up. That's.
I got on late myself, Jeff.
I was going to ask Scott why you didn't have a share button on the drive for BGG.
Share button?
Yeah, to share that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Especially
I don't know. I mean, BGG doesn't have a lot of that social stuff built into it.
Right.
It's kind of lacking. I should make one. It's kind of late, though.
Right.
Yeah, I think David was talking about the share button on the Are you talking about on the donate banner?
Yeah.
Sport banner?
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't have that.
Hey, help us
Good
help
point.
you.
I don't know if I can.
You can't do it all, man. We're not blaming you.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, we've been doing support drives forever, and it like never occurred to me to do that. But I
Right.
guess it's typical Kickstarter.
Well, I mean, it's typical anything social
Yeah.
media.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah,
Getting to that point.
we
Yeah,
were
just
talking
overlook
about
it.
how do we best support you, or blah blah blah, and it's like, well, it doesn't even have a share button.
It needs one.
Yeah.
There's no good landing page for it, though. I guess it's kind of the problem.
That was the other thing. Richard Ham was saying that what you probably ought to do minimum, and maybe this would be easy if not, is to make a pretty splash page and replace the front page with it.
We should have done this 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, you should have given me this feedback like a week ago. Could have worked on it.
Well, yeah. David brought up the share thing a week ago. I guess he didn't email you. He waited till you left and then said it.
It was Christmas.
Yeah, we were.
I didn't want to bring him down.
I mean, we're doing fine.
But
We're above last year by a good amount.
That's cool.
So
Well, any of you guys
Yeah.
watching, you got a little bit of time. Make it happen.
yeah, you get a bunch of geek gold, and you can spruce up your profile, and it helps us. And
Yeah, I wonder if so. Rado did post his Rado runs through Geek Gold post thingy yesterday or something. But yeah, I think he was saying, irrespective of support drive, he thinks the single best thing that Board Game Geek could do to just embed the I don't know, new user experience is to make like a simpler splash page that would you would go to and just be like just a search bar for a game, and it would look like more like the new game pages. And then if you wanted to see the current front page, link to the current front page.
we actually have a good. We're starting to work
yeah, I
on
don't know.
the front page redesign. It's got a couple of ideas that are there, which will probably
Right.
float out there pretty soon. We still have this technological problem that we're trying to fix with the old hardware. Like B2G just doesn't run on like old iPhones. It loads, but it takes about 30 seconds. So
That's
that
weird.
needs to be solved. Yeah, it's a problem with the architecture, the software we're using underneath it. So, but everybody's on vacation now, so trying to
Sure.
get started on that right. In
Well,
the
hopefully that video will bring in a couple extra dollars for your support
I hadn't
drive.
seen that. Did he? I didn't. What
It
did
just
he
went
do?
up like yesterday or something, maybe today.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. Yeah, last couple days though.
We'll check it out.
And he did. I mean, it wasn't like a advertisement per se, but it was, Rada runs through Geek Gold, and he prominently said one way to get Geek Gold is support, and he said it a couple of times. He made it obvious.
The Geek Gold band. I think we're over what we gave out last year. Maybe not. Can't remember. The math is different. Like it scales with the percentage, right? So it's not an all or nothing double.
Right.
So it scales up to that number.
Right, but at least he's making people aware of the banner and
Yeah.
he was
Yeah,
like, go
that's
pledge.
cool.
Like, if you want to pledge, this is available.
Oh, okay. Well,
Geek
that's
Gold.
awesome. I'll have to thank him for that.
Yeah.
But yes, would have been a good idea to put a share button in there and have an actual landing page. We have a support page, but it's kind of crap.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not. It's just
Next year.
It's very rudimentary. Yeah.
So
Maybe
okay, before you go, Aldi, I wanted to say something. Okay, so we were talking about celebrity deaths, 2016, yada yada yada. Okay, pardon me. So, and everybody the thing about Carrie Fisher, the thing I've seen said over and over again is like, oh, she was my first crush, or she was like the most beautiful girl, or whatever, when I was a kid, and all these things, right? Because you're a kid and you watched a movie. And I think what's weird for me because I was born in 1971, and so I was still in that weird girls are icky phase when I saw those movies. That I didn't really think of her as being this princess or beautiful lady or something like that. I just weirdly just thought of her as another person that was fighting for the rebels or whatever.
In the same
And yeah. I mean, and then so then after the fact, and I've watched them since, as an older person that has hormones and can see, I can go, oh well, hello, just she's beautiful woman, and you're watching it, especially the whole slave Leah outfit and everything like that. You're just kind of okay, whatever, and because you go back and rewatch them when you're 16 or 17. So, I mean, are these people, I mean, am I just really weird that I felt that way? I mean, Barry, thank you for saying that same thing. I mean, because like I didn't, or would like if I was born in like the early '60s, then maybe it would be different for me. I'd be like, oh, she's hot or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed weird that. And then Steve Martin, like, posted like you hear the flack that he got for his tweet or whatever.
Tweet.
What did you tweet?
He tweeted something I can't remember exactly. It was something like she was really beautiful, and then I found out later that she was like intelligent and charming as well, or something like that.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. He deleted his tweet because people like attacked him for saying that, like, he had the audacity to judge her by her looks first or something. I don't know. I mean,
is that judging or is that just having an opinion?
It's an opinion.
Yeah, Steph, where are you weighing on this? We actually have a female voice. We rarely do, so I'd like to know what you think.
I think it's fine. I love Steve Martin, so wow.
Have you read "Died Standing Up"? His autobiography.
No.
Well, I've read the one with the bunny, with him in the bunny suit.
Well, I think it's called "Died Standing Up" or "Dying Standing Up" or something like that. I don't know. It's his autobiography. If you haven't, read it. It is fantastic.
Yeah, I've listened to the audiobook with him reading it. And it was,
well then perfect. Yeah, he's yeah. Okay, good. All right, well thank you. I mean, no, go on. You were saying what else? Go, continue. Or is that all you had to say? You thought it was okay?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think people should attack him for that. I think.
Well, okay, so are you a fan of Star Wars?
Yes. I haven't seen the new one yet, though, so probably not as crazy.
If you don't mind me asking, can I ask you your age? Will that be? Is that
30?
Like, you're 30 years old. Okay, so, so you would not be alive then when the original movies came out.
That is
That's
true.
all.
I wasn't alive when the first one came out.
1977, man.
And what's my favorite fact? What's my favorite fact about Star Wars? About the year it came out?
I don't know.
France was still chopping people's heads off with guillotines when Star Wars: A New Hope came out.
Really?
In 1977. Yep.
I don't remember.
They still had the death penalty, and they were still chopping people's heads off with a guillotine.
That's a good fact.
Yeah.
That's just, it's just like you're thinking, like, what? Really? What? Really?
What was the question? You're asking me a question. If it was okay to have a crush on her as a kid?
Well, no, I mean, it's just like, it's like there's this big outpouring of these people that I know are like either my age or younger.
Yeah, we're the same age.
And like, I mean, when you saw Star Wars in the movie, I mean, did you go when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, did you see her and like think, oh my God, she's beautiful?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
6 years old is too young for that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I thought she was pretty, but it wasn't. I didn't look at it as her
Maybe
hottie.
later in the years, I thought maybe it was a crush, but I don't really remember having a crush or something like that.
All right. Well,
6 years. I mean, I'm talking about 6, 7 years old. No.
Yeah, I was 7.
I don't remember having a crush. I mean, I remember playing as Luke Skywalker, and the girl next door was playing as Princess Leia, so there was kind of that thing going on. But
Back then, my crushes
that
were
was
David
nothing.
Boone and Olivia Newton-John. Oops.
the last guillotine execution was in September of 1977.
Yep.
Thank you, Kabuki Kid.
Yep. Like right after
Star Wars.
came out. Yep.
It was a summer movie, right? It's like a summer blockbuster.
Was it a blockbuster? I don't think Star Wars was a blockbuster when it came out.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
was. It was a massive success and
you mean
merchandising
like the
campaign.
Oh, yeah. It was super successful.
Wasn't Star Wars the reason for sequels?
I think people were going to see it I think I saw it probably like 5 or 6 times in the theater.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it was back then because there was only one movie to watch. It was either that or King Kong.
But wasn't that the first movie to have a sequel?
No.
It was one of them that made maybe it was Jaws then. Like before that, sequels were very, very rare.
No, because Gone with the Wind had a sequel.
Yeah, there's got to be a movie.
Yeah. They were rare, but no, that wasn't the first.
I didn't even know. I mean, you didn't even know Star Wars existed. It was just your dad. My dad took me. Like, that was it. And then they're like, oh, this exists.
Yeah, I remember totally my dad.
Because there's no advertising.
Well, there was. Go watch the old trailers. They're horrible.
Yeah, but were those on TV?
I'm sure they were.
I don't remember any of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't really watch the TV, but I definitely remember. I definitely remember my dad, because that was when I would stay with my dad on the weekends when my parents were divorced, and I went over to his house, and he told me and my sister were like, oh, we're gonna go to a movie, and we went. And the movie theater doesn't even exist anymore. It's been converted into a church.
Yeah, same as the one that we went to. It's a church.
Yeah. So
what do they call the two cinemas?
Duplex?
Not duplex. What is it? Like, it was just two theaters, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to and then I went to and I was like, I remember just thinking this was the greatest movie of all time. I was just like,
me too.
it was just,
But
it was.
How many movies at that point had you seen?
I don't know, man. I
mean,
I honestly don't remember. I just remember that movie being amazing.
Yeah.
And I've said that before. It's like a lot of people like I said, I posted this like a few days ago on the old interwebs, and a lot of people like to take a poop on the oh, Steph, you gotta go?
Yeah, it's like almost 2.
Yeah,
all right, well, go get some sleep.
I need to sign off myself.
No. I
gotta sign off too.
Hold on, both of you. I'll make my final point. And
Where
then
do you live that
you
is
can all go.
We're on the East Coast.
So here, this
That's too bad.
it's really, really, really cool for people that didn't grow up with it to like take a poop on it and just say, oh, it's like, oh, Star Wars and Mark Hamill can't act and
It's the worst movie of all time or something.
I'm gonna go to the Haji station and get the power converters. Yeah, they make their jokes about like how it's ridiculous and whatever. But the thing is that like if you grew up in the 70s, like how many Star Wars toys did you have, Aldi?
I had a fair amount. I don't really remember them.
I mean, I had all those action figures.
A lot of action figures.
I mean, when I ran outside and I had my pretend laser gun. I mean, we all pretended we were playing Star Wars.
Yeah, and I would replay the what was that 45? It was a 45 record that came out that had the Star Wars, not the original theme, but it had the mix with the Cantina Band song mixed into it.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah. And here's the weird thing too, is that like on the radio, you would hear the Star Wars theme on the radio. People would like request it to be played, and it was all encompassing. It
was huge. There was nothing but Star Wars.
I remember getting Star Wars action figures night after night for Hanukkah when I was 5 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was awesome, and it was
hard
amazing.
for people to realize that as
what really I actually kind of found it.
I'm a little younger than you guys. I don't remember. I'm 38. I don't remember all that.
When
I vaguely remember the last one coming out. Vaguely.
Probably when Star Wars was bought by Disney about a year or so ago, when Force Awakens was being hinted at and was coming out, and all those ads started having Star Wars like nostalgia or whatever. I actually found that really almost touching and heartfelt when like there were a couple ones. There were like the ones with kids on their bike that had like cardboard X-wing cut out of it or whatever, and then it would like shift into like the actual CGI awesome X-wing stuff.
If you go to the when they released the Force Awakens trailer, and then and we should go after this, but when you can find it on YouTube. There's a video of the crowd the first time they ever showed the Force Awakens trailer. And it's like everybody's silent in the entire auditorium, and then at the very end, it's like it's Harrison Ford coming out. It's like, Chewie, we're home, and it's like the crowd, like it's like lightning bolt hits them. It's just like the cheer is deafening. It's like and it just, and I mean, yeah, okay, there's a lot of it going on, but I mean, man, when I first saw that, I was just like, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I was just like, oh my god, you know, it was like, yeah. I was 6 years old again.
Yeah, that was nice. Now that's kind of like fan service, but what kind of what I felt even more touching was that ad with that guy. He's like I don't know, 30-something guy, and he's in an office, and he's like doesn't look like he's liking his job much. And he picks up like an R2-D2, an old beat up.
Yeah, for that horrible game, that Star Wars Battleground. But yeah, like he and then his friends outside floating in the X-wing, and he runs out, and he jumps into it, and they take off together. Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, that was great.
It got you in the feels.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
You should pop on here more often, Steph. I should just start posting the link every Wednesday in Slack. So anybody.
Oh yeah, Aldi was like, "Hey, Steph, join." I was like, "Okay."
I didn't know you all were sorted for TNG. It's kind of interesting, surprising.
She
all right.
Yeah, but okay, everybody, have a great New Year. Whatever your resolutions are, I hope you stick to them, and they're all really, really good things. Not like murder everybody in my cul-de-sac.
Play all the games.
Yeah, play all the games. Oh, and the thing is that Carrie Fisher, an undervalued role and kind of a small role, but The Burbs is one of my all-time favorite comedies with Tom Hanks, and Carrie Fisher plays his wife, and she is very, very good in that admittedly kind of small role, but she has the comic timing in this scene during breakfast. It's the comic timing of it is absolutely perfect, and she did such a wonderful job there. So if you haven't ever watched The Burbs, which is a fantastic movie, I would strongly suggest checking that out.
My favorite thing of hers was she did a comedy special, I think, for HBO. And that's what I'll remember her most about is her laughter about her life, you know, her sense of humor about her life. That was my favorite thing she was in.
What did they?
I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up.
No, but what did Mozart say? He said, "When composers die, they just become their music." Well, when Carrie Fisher passed away, but we still have so many memories and so many things to remember her by. So. Yeah, I mean it's sad, but at least we got to live during when she was around. So, yeah, have a great rest of 2016, everybody, and thank you very much, everybody, for being on.